Who wants to go ahead and give us a recap of what happens?
You didn't even say hi to
last
stream.
time.
Yeah,
Welcome.
what the hell?
Hi, stream.
I think really all this means is that they should go to one of the other people's streams. There's clearly a better experience there.
Obviously.
A more welcoming streamer in chat.
No, they're into it.
Exactly.
It's fine.
This is the stream that
Who
brought you
wants to give us the recap what happened last week?
Last week was the week where we accidentally sent people to the wrong group.
To the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, we sent John and Indigo to go break the sad news, even though they're terrible at that. and we went and sent Aralia and Strawn on an investigation mission to go find important information, even though they're bad at that. and we kind of sent people in the wrong directions, but it turned out okay in both of those situations.
We got some good books. We got one book that was like giving off a shadow as it moved, like it was lagging in real time. And then we met back up, had a huge discussion on whether or not it was more economically effective to get dogs or axe beaks. Decided on axe beaks, and now everyone's got a pet.
Yeah, I have an axe beak with a little red feather coming out of its head named Katyusha.
Mine is pure black, and I don't have a name for it yet.
It looks like you haven't unlocked this character yet, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. You bring your cursor over it, and there's just like 3 question marks.
The tech.
You
and
guys
music
also
fades in
did
the
buy a
background.
sleigh. You did buy a sleigh as
A sleigh.
well. It
A sleigh.
is not a one-horse open sleigh, but it is a sleigh.
There are
Sled.
jingle bells attached.
Yeah.
Yes,
It's all-
Queen Slay.
It's all important, yeah. What
and
else
then
happened?
And then we decided to do our bro a favor. Our buddy Skython had a squatters' rights issue where we
So we beat the fuck out of him.
yeah, we believed that there was invisible dwarfs in his ferry.
The one that was frozen in the lake.
Yeah, the one that was frozen in the lake. So we decided that we'd give it a look over. And upon showing up, we found a very curious map that had been marked up with several places that were sort of indicating in Dwarvish some outstretch and outcroppings that I believe only John could read. And then there was also a very specific area very far south in much the area that Strong
that we were
was
receiving the radio signals.
the radio antenna signal. And then
The giant smile.
then
we sacrificed the trout too.
that was later, much later. Because then Indigo's daredevil senses kicked in.
That was before.
Yes, that's why I
the
said
trout goes before
no,
that.
the trout was after that.
Nope.
The trout was
The
after
trout
that
was
because
after that, yeah.
the trout was after that because as soon as we found the map is when Indigo noticed that there was someone right in the fucking corner that was
you don't
invisible, and we
understand.
had to
You
fight
don't
that
understand.
person.
The trout happened after that. The trout. It
confusing
happened
it for the second
after
part.
that.
Yeah.
But when the other guys showed
The
up.
other guys, yeah. So spoilers.
That's
first
crazy
of all.
that
I don't
sounds.
give a shit. They can
You're,
watch the stream.
you're spoilering in the recap, all right?
It's my
What the
trout.
fuck? Anyway, so the Indigo noticed that there was a creature that was invisible in the corner, and like an absolute crazy person, Indigo just swings at air.
Yeah.
But due to blind fighting style, suffers no penalties and just absolutely cracks this dude in the fucking head.
Right.
Combat breaks out, but because this dude was surprised as fuck, he is unable to land a single hit, and we just beat the shit out of him.
And we tied him to a
Not
post.
not for lack of trying, but he did. Yeah.
He gave his all. He was just a little caught off guard.
Right.
And then was the point where we sacrificed a trout.
In order to gain information about these outposts and how they obtained them.
Correct. We received minimal information because we only sacrificed a trout.
Right.
And the information that we received is that they were given at least the outpost to the south as a gift. From who, for what, why, how, when, no idea.
Does
But
it
we do
matter?
know where.
Does it ever
We
truly
know
matter?
where.
You know.
Not so much as that it informs what we're going to do, but it could have informed how we did it. Anyway,
Fair.
then John, rolling very well on his perception check, hears like the creaking of footsteps. So we send in to go out to also Daredevil sense, and he notices another individual.
Another one.
Another one.
Like a crazy person.
DJ Khaled.
Swings at the air, cracks another individual right in the face. Combat starts again.
Strawn steps out. They reveal themselves, get bigger,
Yeah.
and then I Tasha's mind whipped one of them
I also get bigger when I see
when they
our
emerge.
party.
Yeah.
When
Full
they show
combat
up.
ensues. We already have one person in hostage situation, so we just kind of like,
Kill the ass.
we just swing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what
So-
we're doing with the bodies, but
The three other Durgar, through multiple different means, were in fact murdered viciously, and I think their souls were taken as payment at some point. Not entirely sure on
Word
that
is
front.
that.
And that's pretty much where we left off. We are missing Strawn tonight.
Yeah,
I'm
what
just gonna
we
go-
were gonna say is that Strawn was somehow reached for urgent speaker business.
We'll get
and
to that.
Indigo. Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Right as the dwarves, Duragard dies, just like some kid runs up, is like, Mr. Strawn, you're required immediately on the other side of the country. It's like, shit,
Mister!
Strawn,
Yeah.
Strawn just jumps into the ocean and is never seen again.
No, we're gonna send Strawn with their axe beak and the fucking pot on the sled, and we're just gonna send him back to Goodmead.
Well,
There are
we'll
no
sort that.
gender-neutral titles.
They
Speaker.
Strawn. No. Anyway.
Speaker Strawn works.
Speaker Strawn.
Yeah, speaker
works,
Strawn, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
As far as
Alliteration.
it sounds absolutely stupid, it does work.
Speaker as a title sounds absolutely stupid. Everyone is a
Yeah.
speaker.
No, Strawn
Unless
as a
you're
title
mute.
sounds stupid. No.
Also true.
So we are. I'm not even going to bring up the map for the East Haven Ferry because we no longer need it. But you guys have just finished up the murder, and you do know that there is in fact a Duragar that is currently strapped to the mast on the inner side.
Very
of the
poorly,
cabin.
if I remember correctly.
It wasn't that
I did my
great.
best. I
It
did
wasn't
my
that-
best.
I think it was like a
I
2.
tried.
But
I can scroll
would
back
s-
up to where the sleight of hand check was.
I would say we defended property. It wasn't a murder.
Yeah, they don't have a right to be here, for the record.
I don't know what the squatters' rights are in this town, but they're not good enough for me.
If theft is legal in this town, I can. It was a 5.
Oh,
Oh,
Alright,
wow,
sleight of
really
hand.
pushing it.
Five.
it was really pushing it today. Around the time that you guys do finish up combat, Stigarius notices that there's a little bit of rustling behind him. It's just like, ugh. As
Okay.
his eyes open and he sees not only Stigarius, but of course also the rest of you who are currently walking back into the inner cabin.
Привет. We have much to talk about.
We killed some black dwarves.
Hold on, we'll get to that. You are very far from home, friend. We have to ask what you're doing here and what exactly your plans are with these several places you have
I guess
stationed yourself.
my first question is, who speaks Undercommon and Dwarvish?
I speak dwarvish.
I speak
not
Undercommon.
Yeah, I speak dwarvish. He speaks
I'll be
Undercommon.
speaking in Undercommon.
Yeah, okay, you're speaking. Okay, Undercommon.
Yeah.
He's just like at first like rustling against his ropes, but like so it looks like a strength check would be made for this, but of course the rope is stronger than that. But
Yeah.
you realize that you even see like one part of the rope just kind of come completely loose, and he hasn't noticed.
Yeah. Whoops. Whoops.
But he's trying to push against it. It's at the very least a knot that's kind of like it won't easily come undone unless you notice it. But as soon as you notice where it is, you just can probably undo it fairly easily. He hasn't made that
No.
check yet.
The knot is
but-
actually like in his hands, but he doesn't realize it. So he keeps staring at it.
I press the maul against his chest, and I'm just like, that. We're not going to be doing that today. You are a very low health, sir.
Your
have one
HP is
HP.
on the lower side.
You
Yeah.
have one
you don't
HP.
look very well.
Your stats are weak, bro.
You should have lifted more.
In
didn't take your
Undercommon, he responds
Yes.
back. He's like, "Do you have any idea who I am?"
What is he saying?
Why don't you let me know? Feel free to elaborate.
I'm Dirth Sunblight, son of Zardarok Sunblight,
I'm
the
going
future
to guide...
ruler of Icewind Dale.
Okay, well, hold it, buddy.
Am I supposed to be impressed by these words?
Kinda.
What?
Kinda. He runs a massive Duragar clan of the Underdark, has come up here to forge weapons of war against Icewind Dale and its inhabitants. He will have it. So if you know better, you'll let me go.
Is that right? Is that where all these outposts are? These are war outposts.
No, not this one.
Not this one, but all the others on this map.
I expect on this map. I expect you.
Yeah, I gesture to the table.
Is like I suggest you let me go. I have no words for you. If you wish for death upon you, then
I suggest you find other words before you start thinking about where you would like to be
Do we
buried.
need to get him to talk? Is he not talking?
I want to guide both of them.
You can only guide one person at a time.
you guide both Dirth and
No, but it's
Indigo.
concentration.
Oh,
Yeah,
is
I
it
know.
concentration?
Yeah,
It is
guidance,
concentration. Yeah.
concentration.
Then I'll guide John. I believe in it.
All right. In infernal to John, just to make sure that he can't pick up on this. I will say to John, he's being difficult. He's already giving me information because he's arrogant, but forcing him to talk is not too hard.
Okay.
I would suggest Dwarvish.
Good cop. bad
Yes.
cop.
What specific information do we want to get from him?
I believe these outposts are war-like in nature. I would like to know which ones are of most danger to us, so we know where to focus and attack at. And then I sort of run through what he said so far about like being the son of the Sunblight clan and the war supposedly planned in our future.
Okay.
But yeah, good call with the guidance on John, as I'm not charismatic.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
my charisma is not that much better. To be perfectly
It is.
honest.
My charisma is 6. Total.
Okay, never mind. It's much better.
Yeah.
Now listen up, Dirth, if that's your real name.
I
I
would
happen to be
appreciate
in
it if you call me Dirth Sunblight, my full name.
You don't have a middle name?
Dirth, what?
Did your father not love you?
As one of the 2 remaining sons of his 9, I assure you he loves me quite a bit. Thank you very much.
All right,
What happened to the other
Sunkiss.
7?
Sunkiss?
What happened to the other 7?
They died.
They ran their mouth.
Yeah, obviously.
You're looking at it. You're looking at what happened to the other 7.
I don't. You know what?
Was that like one of them over there?
Yeah. That's 4, 5, and 6.
Does it matter what happened to them? I'm living.
For now, but it does actually matter quite a bit. If you intend to put yourself in a situation that could be harmful to your health, I may have the perfect product for you.
Don't offer him insurance.
It's my
swear-
entire card. I can't do anything else.
You can't do anything else.
You can press for information.
I'm getting there. I have to butter them up first. Then once he signs the contract that includes actually telling us stuff, but in fine print, then we'll be set.
Okay. I don't. What are you trying to get out of him? I don't.
I just
fucking 6.
Yeah.
Like
At least
if you
Indigo
ended
just stayed on topic.
if you ended the conversation at like, here's what I can offer you, he's just kind of dumbstruck and is looking at you. I don't.
I'm like, so, but first I need to know more about your culture so that I can offer you the best deal. See, insurance premiums rely on a various number of factors, including social standing, of course, and common accidents happening to close of kin, or what's the word? Genetical health defects. And so in order to provide you the best service possible, of course, we need to learn as much about you as we can.
I'm not buying insurance right now.
I believe you are.
Well, let me put it a different way. You see, either you can buy the insurance, and then when I punch you, you'll get something out of it, or you can not buy the insurance, or we'll beat the shit out of you until either 1, you tell us what we want, 2, we get bored of it, and that'll take a while, trust me, or 3, we accidentally kill you. And considering that I can immediately stop all lethal damage, that's probably not going to happen either.
I'll tell you what. How about there's the fact that I already have insurance. The insurance
Really?
that if you lay one more finger on me, my father will march his armies of Duragar across the entirety of Icewind Dale, burning buildings and murdering children in the streets, running the snow red with blood, and burning the rest.
In Infernal, Indigo goes, so how's it going? Because Indigo doesn't speak Dwarvish.
While he was going on to speak, I'll just flick him on the head.
Stop it!
I look around. Well, Daddy's awfully slow today, isn't he?
Well, I may have to go tell him.
Did you not?
You have upset his Discord.
Indigo, can you punch him real quick? Because I don't think I'll do much damage if I punch him.
Indigo cracks his knuckles and is gonna reel back and just fucking swing at him.
Unless he gives us information first.
I mean, give me an attack roll, I guess.
All right, here we go.
I swear to God, if you miss a tied up dwarf,
it'll be strategic. It's a fear tactic.
I guess he would have technically had advantage, but yeah, go roll damage for unarmed strike. 5 I'm guessing this is non-lethal.
Yeah.
You knock him the fuck out again. Just like you bash him across the face. His head jerks in an unsettling motion as you see several teeth fly across the floor.
Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. All right, hold on a second.
That did feel good.
Yeah, I was going to cure Healing Word.
Oh, if you want to do that, go ahead. I can do that afterwards if I need to.
Yeah.
We're seriously
if we run
going
out
into
of your healing words, I'll do mine.
Oh, I have it in my little hotbar. That's right.
We'll take a spell slot, but yeah.
Max.
8, yeah. So fucking 8 HP. Just his teeth fly off the ground back into his mouth. As his head goes back into that better, into a better position that would suggest that it isn't cracked. Almost like time rewound. He just suddenly, what? I thought I was unconscious.
So
you were.
You were.
You can be again.
We say you were at the same time. One of us in Dwarvish, and one in other
languages. You can be again. This is the power. Never make demands from a position that you are not in full control over.
He starts in Undercommon, then ends the sentence in Dwarvish. Just I don't know how to respond. Like, which one of you to talk to?
I mean, whichever language you're most comfortable in. We want to make sure that you're comfortable with this after all.
Yeah. Topmost concern.
Can we get you a cup of water?
Yeah, is there anything you need?
Are you hungry?
Besides-
We're playing good
Besides,
cop,
just
bad
split up
cop,
your
but we're
ass.
both good cop, and then we both become bad cop.
Yeah.
Are you
Both
hungry?
become
We
good
can
cop.
provide knuckle sandwiches.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Aralia can't even doesn't even remotely
No, I have
understand
no idea what's
going
happening.
on. Yeah, you
I
just
just
saw
only
they got
catch
punched
what
in the
Indigo
face.
says.
Yeah,
Infernal.
he can only understand what Indigo says in Infernal every so often.
The language barrier has gotten quite messy right now.
Yeah.
All right. God, I don't even know where to start with this. I'm pretty sure he's a little bit miffed. He definitely looks angry, like you've slighted him in the worst possible way. And he says, "You know what? My men will be here any moment now. My entourage will be back,
no.
and they will
Please.
slaughter you."
Hold up.
You
though.
mean,
wipe your
that
blood
guy
on the
and
ice.
that guy and that
I
guy
whistle,
and that guy?
Yeah, I whistle at Stigarius, and in Draconic tells Stigarius to go bring them in, and then in like succession, Stigarius just drags each one in by their ankle.
Okay, so you have some talent, I guess.
The
They said that in Dwarvish, so you have no idea what the point. But it's like, yeah, I would imagine you read this facial expression. It's just like, oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Would you like us to demonstrate? I mean, we can punch you some more if you want. We can do this for quite a while.
Please, I don't want to use all my spell slots.
Yeah.
It's okay. I have some too. That part isn't infernal, so you couldn't understand.
One moment is to just check something real fast. I am. Where is it? Here it is. Fucking hell. I just wanted to throw up the picture of Durth just that way everybody had like a reference of what he looked like. Ignore that bit.
The giant goblet.
Yeah, the goblet
it's an
is
incredibly
giant.
large
Yeah,
cup.
the incredibly large cup. As that is. How about this? I'm gonna go tell my dad on you, and then he immediately shrinks to a tiny size, the size of a mouse, completely circumventing all the rope knots that are around him. As I guess for the moment, he is going to attempt to start running away through a mouse hole. What do you guys do? Let's roll initiative.
I
for
would
it.
cast
I was like,
command.
I attack him. Yeah.
I cast command.
All right,
He has
here we go.
8 HP. Right. You cast
I'm going
command.
to
All
attack
right.
him with my maul.
We are, yeah, well, first of all, we are technically rolling it. Okay, I gotta go bring the map back up again.
Yep. All right.
I was like, I don't think we need this one anymore. But I didn't realize you were actually gonna heal him, and in which case he probably feels a little bit. Yeah.
Well, the only reason we were going to heal him is because we
We
were,
accidentally healed him a bit too much, is all it is.
Yeah, Aralia is unfortunately good at this.
I am very inconsistent with my magic.
Yeah. Fucking sorcerers, man.
Yeah, Aralia does not know what he's doing at any point.
One second. And because he's a tiny creature right now. I'm imagining, yeah, all of you are currently surrounding him, pretty much. Strawn is somewhere right now. Strawn is currently taking care of the bodies at this precise moment.
Just poking their eyeball.
So this is pretty much what you guys see right now. Actually, hold on. I literally just turned everybody
loading
invisible.
bar?
Yeah, that's not what I meant to show you. I just started the combat music. If the loading bar is taking extremely long, I am sorry. My entire internet is boinked all day. The stream quality has been bouncing around like a motherfucker this entire time. So it's probably not making for a great stream right now. My internet's fucked today. I don't know what to do to fix it. I tried everything beforehand, so...
It says I don't own a token with vision on this scene.
I cannot see.
You own several tokens with vision on this scene,
I
so...
also do not own any tokens with vision.
Correct.
None of us can see.
Here, hold on. Let me copy and paste all of your tokens.
Oh,
and
there I am.
Ah,
Yeah, and then let me delete
There
the
I
old
be.
ones. Yeah, hold on a second. Let me move everybody back to where I wanted them to be. My apologies. Right. That should probably add you all to initiative counter. Alright. Roll initiative. There we go.
Initiative
Fucking
roll.
finally. Yeah, my bad. I didn't think. I forgot that he can do this. So.
Oh shit.
We're all terrible at initiative, but at least we're still better than him.
So
Look at
Aralia,
my initiative, thank you.
his surprise action would have absolutely been that he shrunk himself. So, Aralia, what do you want to do? God, he rolled bad.
He's not going anywhere. Where is he, by the way, on the map? I don't see a token for him. I don't know just because he's
see him.
smaller.
Small as shit.
There you go.
There you be.
And then I have to add this new version of him to the initiative and give him his
He also
5
has 8
initiative.
HP, so...
There we go. You guys should be able to see it all now.
I've got 8 HP. This'll be a cinch.
Goes last.
So what is Aralia doing?
I'm not sure. I don't have anything good for stopping someone from leaving.
Hold your
from
action in
murdering
case you
them
need to
outright.
knock him out.
Yeah, just knock him unconscious. That's what I'm gonna do.
Well, you can really only do that if you do melee damage, technically.
It's okay, I have Spare the Dying, so... Even if you're
That is
not going
also
to
true.
over-murder him, so it doesn't
He
really matter.
has been knocked unconscious. I guess yes, Spirit Dying might work. I don't know how long we can honestly go into a torture scene where you constantly heal him and kill him, but
No,
All
at this point, I'm not like super sure we can really get anything else out of him. But you know,
How's that look?
his 22 does hit.
Ah. One shot him.
He's down.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, it's and he shrinks and he just Aralia snaps his fingers and like finger guns as it arcs around Indigo and just like inflames him in a second.
I like to think that you drew your firebolt fingers from your pocket when you did that, just so that it looked like you quick drew a gun.
There's a
Sure,
fair
yeah.
amount of build-up for this. To just instantly go down. He did roll a 5 on his initiative, though, so that kind of sucked for him. Yeah, so instantly, just like as soon as he shrinks down, Aralia is on top of things and immediately casts forth a bolt of fire that hits him straight in his back. And to describe this scene the best way I can, he shrunk out of his bindings, right? He got knocked unconscious from the fire. Technically, he's dying right now, and then immediately grew back into his bindings.
So in case this was hard enough to imagine, think JFK but Stuart Little.
Oh dear.
That's the amount of accuracy I was going with.
there's something so funny to me about him turning into the size of a mouse. Like this is the solution, and then just hit with like a mouse-sized ball of fire. Like he just made himself the size he needed to be engulfed in flame by a cantrip. Just like
He's combat. Yeah, combat's over. But if
Spirit
you
of
wanted to
Dying.
cast Spirit of Dying on him, his burns immediately subside, and he is in fact stable. He has 0 HP though right now.
all right.
Aralia's gonna turn to the
So-
group and be like, "Look, what
It was a nice
are
shot,
we
by
doing?"
the way. We should probably submit him to the authorities at least.
Yeah,
Or we can kill him. He's unconscious, so
Honestly-
Lady Knight, whatever her name is, can take care of him.
we-
Honestly, we just turn him over to the authorities. I don't think
do we drag his body? Can we trust that more won't show up to take him?
no.
Through the town, yeah. As soon as
we
we're
pick-
off the
yeah,
docks,
we-
there's no way they'll attack us.
We pick him up and we bring him.
Well, that's what I was
yeah.
asking.
Or I mean, we
Yeah.
could leave someone here, but like either way,
It doesn't matter that much.
Yeah,
we'll
I'm
just
just gonna-
carry him with
Yeah, I'm
us.
just gonna pick him up. I'm just gonna take him to.
The cops trust us now.
Hey,
Yeah,
I pick him
yeah.
up.
All right,
Just lift the boy.
Yeah, you just pick him up and start dragging him over back to the town hall, which is, I mean,
If he does
you-
come to,
or
if he
to,
does
like,
come to,
the-
he's going to have 1 HP.
Yeah, or to like the first guard I can find.
And just dump the body on it.
Yeah, or at least to like get them to like get manacles and explain the situation. Like,
Aralia, once the body is just picked up, he's just pulling out his book again. Just
Yeah.
like it's
Can I-
covered. It's fine.
I think
Right.
Strawn was doing this, but did we rifle through the bodies of the other Duragar that were here?
There wasn't anything too terribly interesting on them. There are a couple knapsacks by the table that the map was on, and it appears to have like stuff like rations, generally just supplies to survive here for a few weeks.
So
Generally.
we should give those to the fairy guy, right?
No,
Yeah, or leave them on the
Take
boat.
them?
His boat.
no,
Yeah.
those rations were from the
From
Duragar.
the Duragar, yeah,
Yeah.
but they don't.
Yeah,
they're
no,
not going to
yeah.
use them, so we just give them to the guy, right?
Well, they're ours now. We technically own them.
Yeah, but we don't need them.
We need rations.
We have a cauldron of infinite
Cauldron,
food.
The cauldron's
is
going
going
to
to
the
good
town.
meat. We need the rations for travel.
I suppose we can take the rations. Can we leave one bag here?
Sure.
You would surmise with how much there's one back here. There was probably going to be about 15 rations there then, if the ones that of the ones you're taking.
Sweet.
Yeah, probably enough left for like 4 people to live for the next like couple weeks, something like that, or like surmise that maybe they've already been eating them. They've been here a while.
Interesting.
Right, so you hunk the body like over your shoulder and start taking it down to the town hall, and you just got out of a conversation with with the captain of the guard. So
Again,
this is
if
very
if I run into any guards on the way, I'm going to explain the situation and try to like
Get cuffs on him.
get cuffs on him and like make this a more official before I fucking kick open the door with a Durgar body. Like,
Durgar.
yeah, whatever the fuck I
Durgar,
have.
yeah.
I've been playing a lot of Valheim. Leave me alone.
Yeah. Yeah, so you bring the Duragar's body, like yeah, a couple guards like kind of eye you, but like they don't seem to bother you at all. As you kind of make your way in, the scrawny looking woman who's like the receptionist immediately just like, okay, immediately gets up and gets the captain, and eventually Captain
Smart
Arglat does
woman.
come back out, and it's like, what happened this time?
We killed the black dwarf.
So no,
6 black dwarves.
yeah, like three dark dwarfs, and we've had an altercation with another one. We made friends with a man named Scython who is in charge of the East Haven ferry.
Right.
We went to check out his boat, just sort of give it a look over. While we were there, we were attacked by these creatures. And this
We killed
one,
most of them.
yeah, most of them
We do
died
have
in the
several
scuffle.
bodies.
But this one survived. He calls himself Dearth Sunblight.
Yeah, don't call him by his full name. He doesn't like that.
He absolutely hates it. He had like some kind of falling out with his father, I believe. He's a wily one. I would keep him under lock and key, but
Or you could burn him at the stake, honestly. We don't really care.
Okay.
up to you.
Yeah. So while you guys are having this conversation, it kind of around the point where you bring in the name like Dur, Sunblight, and Duragar and whatnot, there is a elderly looking man, like more Middle Ages. This music stopped matching a while ago. Who a little bit like pale, scruffy looking hair. Definitely looks like he's maybe a little bit malnourished for the most part. Maybe he doesn't eat that well. But he starts coming down like through the doorway as well that the captain had come through. He seems to be talking to some guards. Something about it's like it is very short notice, but I can make the meeting. And he like gets stopped by you and sees all of you. 1 second, as I bring up a picture of him. That I absolutely have.
He's a character NPC. He must be
He's
important.
a character NPC. Oh, I just
Isn't
realized I
character
had this.
NPC kind of redundant.
Oh, I just realized I had this. This is
Yeah.
like
But it's a different definition of character.
It's an
This is-
oxymoron.
This is what the East Haven Ferry looked like, by the way. I totally forgot I had this picture.
cool.
But this is
That's
what it
cool.
lould like throughout that entire
This-
fight. Very frosted
This would have
over.
helped me be more immersed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the hell, Jack?
This man, who currently wrapped in a lot of like heavy wools and whatnot, is currently coming.
Oh man,
coming,
spoilers on
coming
the screen right now.
right now.
Greetings, Speaker Daneth Whalen. How do you do?
Some of you may have already known that, but he sees you and he's like looking at Captain Aralia. It's like, are these the ones that took care of the sea hag? And she replies, "Yes, these are."
Sea hag. I don't remember that.
Hold on.
You weren't there.
John,
for
stop
it.
talking. Yeah.
Captain Aralia, yes. Allow me to introduce you, sir. This is Indigo Harmwinter Strawn.
Last name.
Yes, Strawn last
Speaker
name.
Strawn.
Aralia and John Smith, they were insurmountable in finding the remains of the fishermen and also taking care of the sea hag threat. And he looks over you, and he like walks over to who seems like the most imposing of all of you, the one that stands out the most, which would be Indigo.
Yeah.
As long as
Only
there's
barely.
a helmet, on John Smith, there is Indigo is probably going to stand out the most. Aralia is probably close second, but they're smaller. So
I wonder. I just occurred to me that I have no idea how my horns interact with my helmet. I did not think that part of my design through.
It's actually a face plate and then a back plate. They connect like that, so you don't have to put them over your.
you
horn.
actually connect your helmet to your horns as a nice stabilizing method to make sure it doesn't wobble around.
So it looks like I just have a really big brain.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'd imagine probably your helmet like is like obviously the picture being what it is. I'd imagine there's probably like a small little outcropping for your horns to be, so it kind of like fits on your helmet.
You
a little bit.
actually put on the helmet when you were a kid, and the horns grew in afterwards. You were kind of-
Maybe you shave them down. I don't know, man. But
I'll think about it.
Waylon approaches Indigo and just goes to shake your hand. It's like it's good to meet you.
I shake his hand as well. Thank you. It is good to meet you too.
And I don't believe I've met this individual. He points to the Duragar over your shoulder.
His name is Dirt
he's-
Sunblight, but don't call him by his full name. He doesn't like that.
Yes.
Duragar.
Dearth. Correct.
No, Dearth.
Our second run in with Dearth.
No, he's like getting like the race down, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
our second run in with Duragar in Icewind Dale.
Second.
Yeah, it was before
I
your
actually
time.
don't remember any others.
Yeah.
It was
Well,
when SOPs got murked.
SFV's got mercs by them, yeah.
Well, yeah, no, but I mean, like,
Yeah,
John was
John
around
doesn't
for
know.
that.
John
I
has
was
no idea.
vaguely aware of the Sea Hag. John has no idea about the initial Duragard assault.
That is very strange timing. Captain Orgath, please escort this Dearth Sunblight to a cell immediately. Make sure he's under lock and key. Is there anything we need to know about? Waylon looks up at Indigo.
Yes, he appeared to have the ability to turn to about the size of a mouse.
You better
invisible.
bolt.
And invisible.
And well, there's
You
always
can-
Oh,
that.
and invisible.
And
he
he also-
he turns over to Captain Orgath. You might want to bolt the screen of the door closed to the cell. That's probably going to be a smart idea.
Aralia will also point out that he claims to be the son of some warlord that plots his revenge to take over Icewind Dale, so he's very
Revenge?
clearly mentally unstable.
Did this warlord have a name?
I don't know.
Zarkas?
Zardarok. You would have heard the name
Zargarok.
Zardarok.
Zardarok.
There's an X in it.
Zaria?
Zardarok.
Yeah, and just for the
Zardarok.
name that Zardarok Sunblight.
Hey, I was right on the
Yeah,
spelling.
you actually got really close. Yeah,
Hey.
you just missed the last A is actually an O. Other than that,
Hey.
yeah. Zardarok
Also,
Sunblight.
apparently, he has 8 siblings, 7 of which have died.
Okay,
That.
then I'll I'm actually on my way to Bryn Shander. We're having a meeting of speakers, some urgent calling about Duragar. And he kind of looks over at Strawn and is like, "You're supposed to be the new speaker of Goodmead." And Strawn obviously like bows a little bit, just like, "That is correct. You should come with me then." We're heading out right
Yeah,
this moment.
safety numbers and all that. Politics. All right, goodbye.
I don't know if it's safe to send Strawn with him alone.
Well, we'll have an entourage of guards.
Fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Strawn will take the X beak. He'll be fine.
We have a entourage of guards coming with us. It seems rather important. It almost
Strawn
seems
can also
this
take
is,
Nathaniel.
This
their
it also
secretary.
seems that this is completely related to what's going on here. And of course, the guards have already taken Dirth Sunblight and have begun locking him up somewhere. Yeah. They take him further into the town hall. You would imagine that like they probably have jail cells here. Then, if that's the case, then Strawn, it was good meeting you, and I wish it could have been on better terms. But I suppose we'll have some time to talk on our way to Bryn Shander. And Strawn agrees, and Strawn looks to the three of you as just like and says, "I guess I'll take my leave then. I'll meet back up with you in Goodmead."
Of course.
Try Duggan's Hole.
We should be in Goodmead by the time we see you again, but if not, hopefully we aren't still in Duggan's Hole.
Well, I'll inform you of anything I've learned.
I'd like to stay in Duggan's Hole as long as possible.
No.
I sure you do not.
Yeah.
Like,
well, at least we can travel in and out a few times.
The speaker, Owaylon, is just like, I assure you, you do not. And
that's what I've been telling you.
Sorry to interrupt this very important conversation, actually, but who's the speaker of Duggan's Hole? Is it Duggan himself, or
is it the Duggan? The Duggan of the hole?
The speaker of Duggan's Hole is a single, like, plastic spork taped to a watermelon.
But they'll be present for the meeting, yes?
Of course.
They should be. This seems rather urgent. One moment, as I absolutely do know the name of Duggan's Hole. All right. The speaker Edgra Dernmoot.
Edgra Dernmoot.
Yeah, human.
Gross.
She might attend the council, but she hasn't before, so you might run into her there.
Joyous day.
She's been lacking on her speaker duties?
Well, she's at the very least, she doesn't attend councils that much.
Aralia's only thought is to become the speaker of this town.
No.
Just to overtake another town and have two speakers to the party.
We cannot annex Duggan's Hole.
We will absolutely annex Duggan's Hole.
We will do it by vote.
No.
Democratically.
I don't wanna.
Well,
we're gonna go, hey, you guys want to be in the alcohol place? And they're gonna be like, yes.
These are not them. You know where it's like gerrymandering is where you pick your voters. I don't want these voters.
If there is nothing else, then we will be on our way. It has been good meeting you, and thank you for all the work that you've done.
Good meeting you!
Good meeting you!
Burn this campaign to the ground.
We all simultaneously got
It wasn't even a joke. I wasn't. Never mind.
Best DM. Great pun.
You know what, DM? You get an inspiration point.
Yeah.
Hey,
Feel free to use
it.
No, you use it whenever you want.
All right. Then Speaker Waylon does leave at this time with Strawn, and Strawn does take their bird with them as they make their way towards
over to
Bryn Shander.
Indigo and whisper in Infernal, you know, it's really weird that we didn't give them the map laying out the position of all of the Duragar locations when they were going to a town head meeting specifically about dealing
Strawn
with the
has
Duragar thing. Oh, she does?
Strawn does have a copy of it. Yeah.
Yes. Strawn,
A copy? How many copies did we make in the last 10 minutes?
I don't know how many
larger
people
ones
here.
have, like, a map.
Strawn had their own map.
Strawn literally said they made notes of the map while we were looking at it.
That's true.
That's true.
Then
If
technically
Strawn's
Captain
going there,
Arlet,
they have it.
if you want to inform Captain Arlegath, she's still technically there, so she can't leave the
It would
town. She's got
probably
to
be
stay
good.
here to maintain things. Yeah.
It'd probably be good for them to at least have a copy of it. so that they know where danger might be coming from.
Right.
That's why Strawn's got a copy.
Well,
Well,
Strong
yes,
can
but
tell. Strong can tell
Strawn's
this
not
council
here.
of speakers. Yeah, she can
Telling-
they can tell this council of speakers.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to let East Haven know, like in advance, like Captain
Telling-
Arlgat's right
Yeah.
here.
Like, we are
Telling-
here right now, so
I don't know what telling East Haven will really do because we've taken care of the outposts here in East Haven.
if there, well, yeah, but if there's any other in the surrounding areas or even the ones in the nearby
don't-
towns,
Well, we
they'll
know
where
there's not.
they'll
I
be
don't
coming
think there
from.
was. in
There's
East-
not around East Haven, no.
Yeah.
There was only two points on the map. One, an outpost on Kelvin's Cairn, and then another one that did seem to be like the entire fucking fortress to the south. And I did mark them on the
Yeah.
Icewind map for you. The old cabin
Outpost,
is something
yeah.
else completely different that you were given by
Yeah.
somebody else. And
I still think it'd be better for them to just have the information. If they know that there's something from Calvin's Cairn and something somewhere over in the spine of the world, then they know it's not going to come from the fucking lake.
Well, we
You can-
plan
you can
on
see
doing-
that.
I guess it does. If you guys want to just like hand wave it, if you just didn't want to spend any more time here, you could just hand wave and like let Captain Arglat know.
Right.
You know,
Well,
there's no
well,
harm in that.
John will tell them then, and I'll go
Yes.
set up the axe beaks for us to get out of here.
You fools! The campaign's over. You've told the secret final. No, you're good. Yeah. So you
Hand
inform
waving
Captain
it, by the
Arglat
way.
of that information. I assume you guys make your way out of the town hall. Now you have 3 birds with you. Your birds. I don't know if you also wanted to hand wave letting Scython know that the problem has been dealt with at the East Haven Ferry and let them know what's going on.
I definitely want to tell Scython that the problem's been taken care of.
You can find him drinking in
Yeah.
the same place you found him before, the wet trout.
Yeah, I come in and I let him know. I just
Yeah.
explain and tell him the situation and that the main guy has been locked up and thrown into the
Yes, though to be fair, we didn't exactly fully explore the entire ship, so there might still be like one of them cowering
he
in
lets
here in
out,
the bow.
he lets out a sigh of relief. So thank God. I mean, no, there wasn't anything else in there. What are you talking about?
you knew.
I didn't know about the Durgar. That's fucking crazy, bro. But no,
no
I
way.
Insight.
Yeah.
like
Insight.
listen. Yeah, you can insight if you want. He immediately continues like, but I did have something beneath the floorboards I was hiding. Don't know
man,
jack
don't
shit.
matter.
Yeah. Don't know jack shit.
And you didn't tell us about this beforehand. This could have been something that we could have protected. We're not going to arrest you or anything.
Natural 20. Natural 20. He's like, yeah, I didn't know jack shit about any Durgar. I haven't been to that boat in like 2 months. But he is like being serious that he has something beneath the floorboards that he didn't want anybody else to know about. It's like, I'm not gonna tell you. It's my personal
Aralia will
shit.
say then you should absolutely check on that. Given that we had no knowledge of it, we don't know if it's there or if they've taken
Okay,
it.
listen, I'll finish my drink.
Project.
Yes, I'll finish my drinks and I'll go check it out. Thanks again, I suppose, for
Alright.
clearing that out. It's good times.
All
I would have gone with you, but I had drinking to do.
Yeah,
Bro,
well,
same.
valid. Well, we're going to head out of East Haven. Stay safe.
Okay.
Don't drink yourself to death.
So,
Or
where
do.
are
It
you
really doesn't matter
guys
to us.
going?
Put us on your will.
Well, we have to
All
go
right.
to we have to go to Goodmead to drop off the pot.
Let's head to Duggan's Hole.
All right,
So
we're gonna-
we could go to Caer Konig to finish off that outpost mission.
Plus, Strawn really wanted to go to Duggan's Hole, and I don't want to do that without him.
That's true. That's true. We all really want to go to Duggan's Hole.
Do you want
Let's
to
just-
do you want to take the cauldron to Goodmead first, or do you want to take it with you up going north to Caer?
I wanna-
Take it with us.
I want to take it to Goodmead first because
That's going to be hard to carry around and then
Yeah, it's
seal.
gonna be
We have
really
a sled.
Yeah, but then we have to hide that.
You
Yeah.
can get. Well,
lose
I mean,
it.
the thing is, you can get the Goodmead now that you have like sleds and birds.
Yeah, we can do that
You can
super
get
fast.
the Goodmead in like 2 hours.
Yeah. So we can drop it off at Goodmead and then start heading up to Caer Konig pretty quickly.
Immediately start heading over the Carrigan Egg.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right.
Very well.
1 second right now. I fucking have to find it. Carrigan Egg. There we go. Because I wasn't expecting you guys to go up here. I was expecting you guys to go to Duggan's Hole. I have this all prepared. I just wasn't expecting it. That's all.
Yeah, the issue is that we would have gone to Duggan's Hole if we had the whole group here, because I know that everyone's been excited for
Yeah,
it.
everyone was pumped except for Indigo.
Except for Indigo, who knows he is gonna suck.
Getting to Care, you have to first go to Care Dinaval.
To get to Goodmead?
To get to Care, no, to get to
Care
Koenig. Yeah. Which from getting to Goodmead will take 8 hours normally. You'll shorten it to 4. To half, yeah. And then from there, it's like maybe it's like an hour by sled to get over to Care Koenig. It's there is also, I do want to remind you, you were told that there's somebody at Care Dinaval that wanted to speak to you.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
You weren't there.
Aralia,
you weren't there.
Okay, good.
Aralia
Yeah.
wouldn't remember that either.
You were
Indigo,
drinking the entire time, but like a ghost told you to go, that there's somebody that wanted to speak to you. I don't know how important you might find that, but there you go.
It's this town speaker that wanted to talk to us, right?
Let's just talk to everyone.
One person at a time.
Yep.
I remember it
Guaranteed.
being the town speaker
Sorry
that
about
wanted to talk to us.
You were just told that somebody wanted to talk to you. You were not told anybody. You were not told who specifically they wanted to talk to. Just they wanted to talk to you. But yeah, so you guys can take the East Haven Trail going all the way back down to Goodmead, super fast. I don't know how long you wanted to spend there, but you could just like
check in and
immediately.
leave.
Yeah,
Check
we
in
want to
on it.
check in, get the pot set up at
Ensure that we receive credit for it. and then
yeah, get it set up, make sure that it's running, can feed our people, and then
And not
Then-
tell too many people that we have a machine of infinite food, because that would throw the entire economy of the world
So
out of
I'd
balance.
imagine that you've told Olivessa, and of course your bandit note taker,
Nathaniel,
I
our
guess.
secretary.
Nathaniel, yeah. They know, and you left it with them. And all of the, I assume you also told Olivessa that the town speaker, who has not returned with you, is currently attending a vital summons to Bryn Shander, who they've informed you that they were just about to tell you that you needed to go there, or at the very least, Strawn needed to go there.
Right.
Olivessa
And
has
we'll-
announced some annoyance at the fact of how hard it is to reach you.
We
Say,
just
I told you.
we just gesture to the axe beaks and say, we have found a way to be more expedient.
We have found a way to make it harder for you to reach us by being even more mobile. So don't worry.
No, the more mobile we are, the more quickly we can come back and forth.
Yes, assuming that we come back.
Yes, well, we will do our best to return here as often as possible.
All
I'm
right.
sure we will.
While that stands, you may use the pot to set up some form of charity, to do soup for those who are starving. Just
And,
ensure
like,
that as many
pretty
people
mu-
eat as possible.
As soon as you like demonstrated how the pot works to Olivessa, she's just like, this far outreaches basically everything that I was mad about.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like that. It's just like it's like the pros and cons of having these 4 adventurers pretty much lead the town is that they come back with like cool shit, but like
Yeah,
they're
you
hard as
cannot reach
fuck to
them while they're
reach.
gone.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. As soon as you
Listen.
guys get a sending stone or something, I was like, just send it back to good meat. You know?
Yeah.
Just get
Um,
message 5 good.
Sending.
Yeah, pretty much sending.
Yeah, message is only 120 feet. That,
Well, if I'm within 120 feet, then you've lucked out.
yeah,
Hey,
I mean, really.
You guys probably only spent like 30 minutes there trying to demonstrate it, catching up, and letting that information
Yeah.
go.
High-fiving
Until eventually you
and
take the 4-hour travel through the winds. And the winds do start picking up, visibility starts getting low, but there is a well-traveled trail that makes it fairly easy to get to Caer Dinaval in 4 hours. The aurora is high in the night at this time. It is getting closer and closer to the time where the aurora leaves. I don't know if you guys wanted to stop at Caer Dinaval or go straight to Caer Koenig.
Well, if we have someone to talk to, we should probably be there, no?
We should look for the person
Do
we
we
need
have
to talk.
anyone to talk to? Yeah.
We should look for the person we need to talk to here, I guess, before we. Oh, because we could stay the night here, find the person in the morning, and then go to Caer Koenig, right?
I mean, if we wanted long rest first, yeah.
Yeah. That might
It's
be
up to you.
nice.
Yeah.
All right, let's find a place to stay in Caerden of All then.
If
I remember correctly, last time we were here, we stayed in a fucking bar.
Yeah, we slept on the floor.
Yeah, the uphill climb specifically. So Caerden of All is pretty much exactly how you left it. Denev's Rest is still abandoned. As you come in, you can almost like see down the street where it is, kind of. You don't know if anybody's taken up spot there. There are some guards that have kind of recognized you from the last time you were here. And there's even like one or two people that are kind of like hushed whispers talking about you. But other than that,
breaking up a little bit.
am I breaking up a little bit? I will probably do that all the rest of the night because the internet
How
is
dare you.
legitimately shit today. There's not much I can do about it.
Yeah,
Could you
Could
you guys catch it?
Canada, where we have real internet.
Yeah, I wish. Today it's just particularly fucking unstable. But yeah, I don't know if you caught that. There are people who are like kind of like whispering about you, like while looking at you underneath their breath to each other, and stuff along those lines. But ultimately, nobody pays you too terrible amount of mind. What's your first steps?
Well, our
do you wanna
first
do?
steps are probably find somewhere to sleep for the night.
It was just
Yeah, it is.
Denev's Rest seems like a cheap and good nearby option.
We could fucking try it again. I'm ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean-
round 2. Let's fucking go.
It's up to
They
you
were
guys.
fucking-
I
they were
guess if you
fucking
want to
Let's go,
squat
Denev's
out.
Rest.
It isn't well kept. It's not like very warm or anything. It's still like not the best place to stay. I wouldn't recommend it just on the level of I might just roll a percentile die to see if you guys wake up with exhaustion.
Yeah, let's.
Okay.
We could probably go to the uphill climb then and try to sleep on their fucking floor again.
I'm sure they have a room this time.
Remember last time you were there, they like begrudgingly did it because you looked fucked up. But yeah.
Yeah, but now we have money.
It's true. You do have.
I mean, we had money last time. We just weren't willing to.
There's also the Sayer, the Care.
The care. That is, and I suppose you guys would know this. That's Caerden of All. The entire town itself gets its name from the care.
Interesting. Let's
Yeah.
try that place.
And a care is just like a fort. It's just like a fortified fortress type deal. It's like a small fortress, essentially.
All right. Try there.
You're gonna try to care.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
I often try to care,
You
but it doesn't work out.
Doesn't work out that well.
That doesn't work out that often. 1 second. I'm just checking something because this is like I knew that you guys might check this out, but I was also like, they might skip over and just go to Duggan's hole. Give me 1 second. All right, sick. Yeah. So you guys start taking up your sled and your birds, the X-Beaks, all the way up to the Care Dinaval. And I believe I showed you guys a picture before. It's pretty high up on the on the hill there. It has some pretty high fortified walls. And you guys eventually do arrive at the massive wooden gate at the front of it. Give me just a moment, because pictures are cool.
Pictures do be cool.
Pictures do be cool. That's kind of what the Care looks like. I believe I have showed you guys this picture before.
Yeah,
and
I
right
remember
behind
this
it, that
picture.
what looks
It looks
kind of
like
like a
Alcatraz.
cloud is absolutely that mountain you guys were pretty much on top of, Kelvin's Cairn. All right. But you guys do eventually arrive to the massive wooden gates at the front of it. They're not open.
I'm gonna knock on the
Every
door.
place is open if you
I-
have a big enough battering ram.
I cast Thaumaturgy to make my voice really, really loud, 300% louder, and just shout, "Hello! Is
There-
this thing
you-
on?"
You instantly hear like the clattering of pots and pans from up above you. And it's like, jeez, what? Hello? As you like see like a man has put his head over like the top, like where the fortifications above the door are, you know?
So
What do you
unfortunately,
want?
unfortunately, Thaumaturgy lasts for a minute.
Usually,
A place to
Yeah.
sleep.
We're looking for a place to stay for the night.
The speaker's sick right now. It's really
How
not
is that relevant?
You don't want to catch his listen, it's not right at the right time for the speaker to be receiving guests at the time.
We don't want us to talk to a
Wait.
speaker.
Isn't the speaker supposed to be at like the thing?
Well, not if
the
he's sick.
the speaker cannot. We received the summons. We told the same people that the speaker's too ill. He cannot come to the summons at the time.
That's really, really specifically timed.
No. They were sick last time too. Indigo just like
Really?
can't control the volume of his voice anymore.
You were told, you weren't told that he was sick, but there was like some of the guards that pretty much been like, yeah, we can't really tell the speaker anything. Like there was, you weren't there specifically, John, or maybe, well, the other version of you was, but yeah, the if you remember, the guards were kind of like a little bit hush hush about it, but they had pretty much kind of hinted at the idea that something was up with the speaker at the time.
Oh man.
You guys
And he
have
hasn't
just made
gotten
the
better
assumption that
since then.
management is fucked, you know? I want you to know that it's only been like 2 in-game weeks. Actually, it hasn't even been, it's been a full in-game week since the campaign started.
You're still sick. In anime, they get better like the next day.
Yeah.
True.
so-
This
That's
side
true.
plot should be over by now.
How long has the speaker been sick?
he's come deathly, and he stops for a moment. What's your
I heard
name?
that. Indigo
John.
Hardwinter.
John
Yeah, all of us
Smith.
use thaumaturgy at the same time to
Yeah.
overlap each other. No one can hear anything past us.
You said Indigo, one at a time. You said Indigo, Winter, John Smith, and who are you, Aralia?
Yeah, they know me here.
And he's like talking. You can hear like the muffled like talking to somebody. It's like blah 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 blah. You can't really make out what they're saying. We're raising the gates. You can bring your
Hey.
birds over to the kennels for the moment. You give us a
Sweet.
second. We have to get in contact with the acting leader for the moment. You see, these massive like gates like start opening, and like the portcullis raises.
Did it seem like he recognized our names?
I mean, he guessed mine.
We are incredibly famous.
You just got very lucky and guessed Aralia.
Yeah, it's just any name that he spat out.
And eventually, yeah, so the doors have opened. And like you even see at the time that there seems to be somebody who is running into the main building and opening the big doors, as a tiefling with red skin, kind of comes down the stairs of this massive fortification of the front after like getting it all closed up as soon as you guys got in. One moment, because I totally have their name written down, ready to go. You know me, I'm always prepared.
Every day. Let's go. Just gonna fire that name off.
My name is Fel Sapara. I'm one of the guards of this tower. Give us just a moment. Like I said, names. Give me just like 2 seconds. I'm so sorry. I really am.
He's pulling up the mandatory
fantasy name
company
generator.
phone book.
Yeah.
Just do the scroll action. Give me just a moment here. Right. Currently, the acting speaker Kadroth is will meet with you in just a moment. We have to get him. And you even see like some guards have like come out of like the 4 massive guard towers like on each side. Like some of them have like kind of come out and like peeked over at you.
Aralia's gonna do a pro move here and step forward. That way Indigo's like kind of behind him, and he is intending to converse, as this is a very important person. He can't afford to have it be fucked up. I'm also gonna guide myself while we're waiting.
Okay. Absolutely. Yeah, you have guided yourself. And a little bit of time later, I'd imagine you would have timed the guidance a little bit at this point. The massive wooden doors do open up again. and another red-skinned tiefling who has a fairly fat physique.
Is my mage armor still active?
No, it wouldn't be. You have to activate it.
It took us 6 hours to get.
Nah,
Then it would
probably
have
still
like an hour and a half, maybe.
It's probably still up.
I did it right
yeah.
before we walked into the ship.
Then you have
Give me
like a
just-
half hour.
Hey.
Yeah.
I hope you guys are connected just fine, because there is like full on been disconnected from Twitch.
Nice.
Which is always great when that happens. Yeah, I hope this doesn't happen every Friday, because if it does, I'm just not doing it every Friday. This man approaches. He is dressed in some regal robes. Ignore the knife for now. He does have this like dark
It's like,
crystal.
yes, welcome. Fingering a
Welcome.
knife.
And yes, I am Kadroth. I've come to the understanding that you are Indigo, Harmwinter, Aralia, and John Smith. Is there another one with you by chance? I've heard the name is
I'm afraid
Strawn.
the speaker of good mead is on duty. There's been a meeting that you are lacking to attend.
They have become the speaker of good mead. That is interesting. My name is Kadroth. I am currently the acting speaker for Cair Dinaval, while the current speaker is currently resting in his bed, come over quite a terrible affliction. And he would have introduced that the speaker Conrack Seaver has, well, he's puking, he's fornicating, not fornicating, that's not the right fucking word at all. He's excreting. The chamber pot is... This is not the conversation I would wish to have at the current time. It is quite honestly a mess in there right now. We are doing everything we can to make sure he gets well soon, but for now, you will have to speak to me. Is there a matter I can help you with?
Yeah, if you could speak without cutting out, that would be really helpful.
There is nothing I can do about that. My voice box is busted.
Sorry.
Is there what didn't you hear? I guess is the only question I could ask.
50% of that.
We could make it out what you were saying, but it did cut out like every other word.
We just didn't hear whatever happened with the chamber pot, so I feel like we're fine.
The good news, he did cut. I think what you guys were getting was that I was legitimately making pauses for him where he didn't want to talk about it. So it's possible that was it.
Maybe.
But yeah, he's
Indigo will just.
Sorry.
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 Actually, Aralia is gonna.
Indigo.
No, he just kind of he's just stopped. He's like, this isn't the conversation I really wanted to have right now. Is there something I can help you with?
Our issue is sort of twofold. One, we are sort of looking for a place to spend the night before we have to head out again, and it appears that most places to stay in your fine town are taken up, so we're hoping to find
a sort of recommendation,
as well as just sort of inquiring to the state of the current speaker, and if there was anything that we could do to assist in that manner.
I assure you that while the situation is dire, to say the least, he is still stable. We're doing everything we can, and I'm sure he'll get better as soon as whatever this is that is afflicting him, he has fought it off. He might be an older gentleman, but he is still quite spry, I assure you.
Aralia is gonna flip through one of his books. It has nothing to do with what they're talking about. He's gonna flip through one of his books and go, and how long has this been happening?
Oh, it's been for the past few weeks now, I suppose.
Then it's likely not to improve on its own.
Well, like I said, we are doing everything that we can. There's no need to messy yourself with this situation. Like I said, the chamber pot is... Let's not talk about... Never mind. Let's not talk about the chamber pot right now.
We did bring 2 healers.
Now, before we continue our conversation, would you come inside? It is rather freezing out here. We can leave your...
I hadn't
didn't
noticed.
notice. My apologies.
Yeah,
we can
at
leave
the same
the-
time. I haven't noticed.
The
We
axe speaks with the stable boy, and I'm sure that he will take good care of them for the time being. If you're looking for a place to stay, then by all means, come right in. We are actually just setting the tables now for dinner, and it would mean a lot to me if you would. You know, the heroes of Icewind Dale that I've heard so much about would be take just have a nice conversation over a hot meal.
Wonderful.
That sounds lovely. Thank you for inviting us.
Kadirja, do not eat him.
And it's like this little kid starts stepping out of the stable. He looks a little bit like dusty and dirty. He looks like he may have just woken up from a nap in there. And you kind of like even see like some heads of sled dogs start poking out past the door as well. He starts walking up. Yes, contract, sir. I will get the birds taken care of right away. And like your Indigo's axe because and the boy kind of flinches a little bit.
It means
and
he
starts
likes you. Indigo
taking him away. Yeah, and the kid does look up to the three of you, and I would say it's enough. Give me an insight check.
All right.
Oof.
You do have guidance on yourself if you want to roll it for this.
Nah.
It's a 20. It's an 11.
That's an
It's
11.
another 11. I'd say the 20 is what will kind of get this. The kid doesn't look great. He doesn't look like he's been taken care of too well, and he even looks fairly on edge, especially around Kadroth.
I was getting a similar feel.
Yeah. I also feel very uncomfortable around this fat man. No, the boy starts taking the birds off away, and brings them towards the stable where he can kind of get them out of the way of the snow and the storm. But Kadroth starts leading you back into the main hall of Caer Dineval. The doors close and the winds can still be heard howling outside, however, muffled through the door. Lights are lit up in this room, and several tables are not set up, but several tables are here in this main dining area, basically just through the front door. Around this room, there's also appears to be a small tiefling girl with this purplish skin who is currently carrying heavy plates down to a table, and she goes, Kadroth, sir, I have finished setting the tables. Is there anything else you require me? And yeah, Kadroth just goes, there doesn't appear to be anything more, girl. However, stay close, just in case our guests need anything. And
Does she seem healthy?
She also seems a little... she's probably a little bit cleaner. She doesn't look like she just stayed in the stable.
She also doesn't sleep in the stables.
Yeah, but however, she does look scared of Kadroth.
Now that was something I can't relate to.
Oh yeah.
Just one moment. So other than that, Kadroth invites you all to sit down at the table. Now, you said there was other business that you required of me. Is there something else I can help you with other than stay here? I assure you, we do have spots where you can stay the night in one of the watchtowers. Perfectly safe, I assure you.
Is that where your guards sleep as well?
Well, yes, but if you wish, we can move them out of the way for the night. We do need to keep them posted there in case anything happens, but...
It will be okay, I was just inquiring.
Yeah, I don't mind sharing accommodations with the guards.
I do believe we have business. Somebody wished to talk to us, and he'll turn to Indigo to be like, we were talking to someone? Someone wanted us?
We had a discussion with a individual.
An individual? Were they specific in who wanted to talk to you?
No.
Hmm.
They were how do you say? And then in Infernal, he will say, like a word that means like spirit or vengeful demon. And
that is interesting.
Oh, are you talking about the river lady?
yes,
Ah,
because it was her who said it. She was the one who gave us this
I,
this description.
in that case, Aralia is going to absolutely use that. And he's going to like lean in and kind of be like performative in how he says it, as he's like, we were talking to an ancient spirit. The spirit had told us that somebody here wished to converse. As he's like, his eyes kind of like widen as he like makes direct eye contact and leans forward.
Hold on, wait, let me check.
Is
Yep, it's purple.
Kandroth?
I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy and change the color of your eyes.
I mean, they're already black and gold.
Yeah, I know, but I'm gonna change them specifically for just these words.
Kandroth looks almost intrigued rather than terrified, and he kind of leans in and is like, I believe I've heard the same words of this dark being. Truly helpful they are.
I wouldn't assume that you are the one who wishes to talk to us.
At the
Well,
gates.
Your meeting here, and I definitely would. I don't want to seem rude. Talking to you lot is absolutely a delight. I'm sure it will
Insight check.
All right, you can actually give me an insight check on that.
I'll do it too.
18.
And he does kind of finish up that I would. It's not like I willed it to the universe to talk to you.
I mean,
sorry if
maybe
that
not
seems
intentionally.
disrespectful.
No, it's understandable.
Insight check. There is some apprehension. He definitely does seem interested to talk with you, though his exact meaning behind it seems to be muddled in a way. Almost like there's just barely a tinge of, what's the word?
Concern?
Not a little bit of concern, but it's more like
Excitement.
I would say apprehension a little bit. But it's very small, or at the very least, very well hidden.
At the gates, after we gave your names, the guards seemed to recognize it. Were they expecting us?
Well, if this spirit, as you put it, has indeed asked for you to come here, then I assure you that many others would also have been informed of your arrival. And with the insight check still going off, like the 18 and the 17 from Indigo and John, just kind of like on the same words of his, he appears to think you're speaking in like specific code, and he's following
like we're
along
lying,
suit.
kind of?
Oh, so he thinks that we're double speaking?
Yeah, like we're trying to be secretive about it. Interesting.
Almost like you can almost get that tinge that he thinks you're double speaking and he's following along with it.
As though there's an informant that told us.
As if there's like common, like, you believe that he's being truthful about it. It's not like he's following along just like to humor you. He's legitimately
I'm
like,
sorry,
there's
what
something
did you say
to
your
it.
name was again?
My name is
Kandroth?
Kandroth.
Okay. I don't
Yes.
remember it correctly, but that's fine.
Indigo's leaning in now. He's more
Kandroth,
interested.
there you go. Wrote it down in chat.
If you were thinking about a conversation, I don't understand what you would want with us.
Well, like I said, if there was someone very specific that wished to talk to you, it wasn't me. Although I'm not... And he thinks for a moment. I don't think there is anyone in this tower that could be referring to.
The speaker, perhaps?
That's what I'm getting at, yeah.
And same insight check as before. He definitely had an idea. But as soon as like it came to his mind, he almost pushed it out of his thoughts.
I I don't suppose you could squeeze in a meeting with your speaker.
Like I said, it is for the best that he stays in rest.
I
Even the god I
understand,
have
but
posted
this
at
is
his
dire.
door. Even the
This
god I
is-
have posted it at his door is. It's important that they don't even go in unless they catch what he has.
I'm afraid I'm willing to take the risk.
I'm afraid I cannot let you do that.
Because you're concerned for him or us?
Concerned for him,
Perhaps
of course.
both. We would not want to be spreading a plague after all, if that's the case.
And of course, like this entire conversation has been going on while you guys have been served different meals. They're very warm stews, some warm
Aralia's
breads.
not
It's
eating.
definitely the
Indigo
stuff you
is
use to
definitely eating.
yeah, definitely eating to help stave off the winter cold.
Aralia is actively not eating. He's staying in conversation. He's not touching his food.
6 charisma. Indigo has food dripping off of his fucking chin.
I'm eating, but you can't tell how because I haven't taken my helmet off.
Yeah, every time.
Every time you look away, there's less food on my plate.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
There's
say.
a fucking crazy straw that just goes into his fucking helmet.
As he slap chops his food into a smoothie.
Yeah.
right. So while you guys have been like, eventually like, so I'm sorry that I can't be of more help in that regard. However, I would like to ask you a few questions. I heard that this Strawn individual has become the Speaker of Goodmead. That is quite interesting that you have... I don't believe that your lot has been here for very long, or at the very least, not the Goliath. So to have that
I'm
much
afraid I don't know
political
how that's
sway-
relevant.
I'm just making conversation is all.
Whoa.
It seems very interesting that the political pool you have already acquired is quite... Well, it's fascinating to say the least.
We are a group that's meant for the people. They simply had someone who was incapable of helping their town.
Of course,
We simply
of course.
stepped in. We're no one special, just better than the alternative.
I can't help but feel like this voice may, or this spirit, as you put it, has helped guide you in some way.
Hmm.
No, not outside the information.
Rather new introduction to the discussion.
Really? And he seems to be thinking
No.
to himself a little bit, as if he's trying to recontextualize something.
I assure you that we gained our political sway in a legitimate manner.
I suppose you would have.
From the ground up. A
Speaking of political
grassroots
sway,
campaign.
speaking of political sway, not that I'm curious, but how exactly did the shifting of power go when the speaker fell sick? It is fortunate that someone competent was around to pick up the reins when that happened.
Or was it just you?
It was
Or
quite a
it-
shock.
No,
but
don't say that part.
I don't wish to brag, especially in front of all of your achievements as well. I've heard about the Yeti incidents from the man from, what was it, Targos, and as well as several other of your recounts as well. But when the speaker fell ill, it did fall upon me to start picking things up and making sure things continued along as they were supposed to. It's very swift action on my part, but like I said, I don't mean to brag. I'm simply keeping a tidy ship here.
Is it correct to assume you were a second hand to the speaker? I don't suppose they just picked someone at random to take up post.
Well, I am rather new here, that is true, but
Then why are you calling us out? I don't say that in character, but why is he calling us out for it?
No, I think that's what he means. Is the quote unquote vengeful spirit is who got him in power,
And so he's assuming that's who got us in
and
power.
so he's assuming that we work for the same people, and that's how we got in power. but we didn't, and so now he's.
I
fucking
also
confused.
don't think we're probably referring to the same vengeful spirit.
We aren't
Not at all. Not at all.
No, we aren't. That's exactly the context that we're working for. That's the double speak. We're talking about an actual vengeful spirit,
And he's talking about a criminal underground.
Yeah, a political power, which might actually be the fucking Targo speaker.
Yeah,
because that's
exactly.
who it was the last
Yeah.
time.
That's what I was thinking. I was checking his name and seeing whether it was the same as what the
No, it was
Oh,
like
yeah.
ne'er-do-well or something.
I want people to give me.
Ne'er-do-well?
I want people to give me a perception check on something real fast.
Got you.
My name is Miscreant. My name is Ne'er-do-well. I'm Rapscallion. Thank you for
Damn it.
meeting me.
Just standard tiefling names.
Tannewan?
What am I rolling?
Perception.
Perception. Just to see, like, this is like a perception check. Also, kind of going back in time just a little bit. No, you wouldn't have noticed either. John, you noticed this around the tiefling at the front gate, the man who was running to the gates to inform Kadroth of your arrival. Kadroth himself, and even some of the other guards that had kind of peeked their heads out of the guard towers, they all appear to have that same, like, almost icy black pendant around their neck.
Oh dear.
And
you
you
say
can kind of
that
see
there
it
was a
on
tiefling
Kadroth's
guard?
picture.
You said there was a tiefling guard?
There was a tiefling guard. She had introduced herself as I have name here,
Right.
definitely. But
For general
as Fel
knowledge,
Sapara.
would it be normal for this many tieflings to be in
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
this location?
Tieflings are fairly rare in a lot of regards. Hell, this is probably your first time ever seeing a albino tiefling standing with Aralia. It's not necessarily like, especially where you work. There's a few tieflings that work around there, but it is. You would think that it's a little bit strange that there were a few more tieflings than normal, but nothing. So far, you've only
Statistically, they're not
seen
supposed
two.
to be this many, but it's not odd.
It's not.
Well, sorry,
overly odd.
3. There was a little
Yeah,
tiefling girl, so you've seen 3 tieflings here, but which does
Well, if
seem
there's
a little bit odd.
tiefling
but-
girl, presumably there are 2 bigger tiefling parents. Assuming that
Not-
tiefling
no,
reproduction
not-
works in the same
Not
way.
with how tieflings work, because technically 2 human parents can have a tiefling child.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
I
it's
never knew my
technically
parents.
it's technically possible, but it's one of those things. Like, I don't really like that lore. I like running at the lore that like there's definitely infernal heritage down there somewhere, but to each their own. D&D Wizards of the Coast can do what they want with their own IP.
Are we aware if the speaker was a tiefling?
You
The one
don't-
before him.
You wouldn't be too terribly familiar with Konak, but you can give me an intelligence check to see maybe if you've heard about him being a tiefling or
Can
something
I-
along
can
those
I-
lines.
1, 2. since
Yeah,
I used
you
to-
do live here.
Live is a loose term.
The 14 is
14?
probably closer. You've heard he's human.
Yeah, so probably.
Interesting. These tieflings always shifty. Am I right, John?
What language is
Yeah, of course.
Only common and
There are
infernal.
5 tieflings in the same location, though, and 2 of them are you.
there-
So
I'm
Nothing
going to
you
say.
can do if you want.
So speaking of the just of speakers in general, of course, the news that that there are Duragar apparently plotting to some kind of maneuver is quite concerning. I believe we ran into one, and he said something along the lines of, and then let's see, he definitely speaks Infernal. So in Giant, I believe Indigo speaks Giant.
Yes.
In Giant, so I said like he said something like, and then in Giant, I will to make note of the pendants to Indigo.
I'm sorry.
that-
I'm afraid I don't quite have that dialect down.
That's okay. It wasn't meant for you.
It's Dwarvish. It essentially means that the guy, there's some like army or something, and they're trying to kill us all.
There's an army.
I don't put too much stock of faith
I had
into
heard-
it.
I had heard from the missives that there was some talk of a Duragar captured elsewhere in 10 towns, but
Oh yes.
I
That traveled fast, I suppose.
As fast as
Well,
us.
Yes, there was one captured in Lonelywood, and he was interrogated. There was something about that, and the speakers were meeting to talk about it. But this is a whole attack.
Lonelywood too, huh?
Well, there was an attack here not too long ago, wasn't there? Sorry, wait, do I know that? Yes, it was kind of.
Yeah,
There-
It's been mentioned. Yeah, it's
The
been mentioned.
local militia has informed the care up here that there was some hiding out in Denev's Rest. I believe you were the ones that were there when it happened, and were the
We
ones who
never heard of it.
informed us of it. Well,
We offer our services in eliminating the outpost close by.
I also heard of some losses that day, and I'm truly sorry.
Aralia is like
Insight
moving-
check. Is he truly sorry?
Yeah, give me an insight check, bro.
Again.
Hey,
That's a
Well,
12.
We're gonna find out. 7.
I don't know if Aralia also wanted to give the insight check.
no, Aralia is speeding right past it. He's not
Okay.
even acknowledging that.
He seems genuine about it. At the very least, passing genuine about it. Like, you know, he hears about something that's bad that happens to people.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
knows,
So he doesn't
stuff
care
like
that
that.
much because it's not someone in his immediate vicinity. But
At the very least, he had shown, like, he's at least said the words. You
Yeah,
know, and
yeah,
most people don't mean it when they, you know, when they say the words, they
say
usually do mean it to some.
Wow, Jack.
Usually
most
people mean it when they
offer
say it.
It's just kind of
Yeah,
like
it's just sorry it
yeah,
happened. But I don't
Yeah.
personally.
Yeah, along those lines.
Yeah, yeah.
So tell me, is there any other adventures that you've been on that maybe I haven't heard about? It would make entertaining dinner talk.
I don't believe that this is necessary for the moment. We aren't exactly here to chit chat or become close friends. There is an outpost close by that we are interested in eliminating.
Were we not
Yeah.
here to become close friends?
I wasn't.
Oh,
I don't do friends, really. I can sell you insurance, though, seeing as what happened to the previous speaker would be such a
Yeah,
shame if you also fell ill. We do offer a various number of health insurance plans if you're interested.
Well then, I'm
we
sorry,
fought the
but
sea
I don't
Monkey
feel like
time
I'm.
I recount monkey time.
He's his job. Like he's looking legitimately fully entertained throughout the entirety of that conversation.
Can I wait? Actually, while he's doing monkey time, can I sneak away?
You're kind of like in front of him. Like he will definitely know. Like
I'm gonna try to be as fucking entertaining as I can.
Yeah, you're
during
gonna
monkey
stand
time.
up and perform.
Yeah.
You'll summon the monkeys just for this moment.
I will assist. I will assist.
All right.
okay,
Help
give
him-
me
help him
your
perform.
give me a
I will
performance
play
check
the
at
role of the sea
advantage.
hag.
Yeah,
All
give me
right.
a. You don't. You don't even remember what happened throughout that. Oh,
Use your
no,
inspiration.
advantage.
I have
Advantage. You do have advantage.
Uh,
So Monkey Time was about the only point of the entire 3-hour recount of what happened. Where not 3-hour recount, but like only point during the recount where he seemed like all that insanely entertained. The rest of it seems like it pretty much, oh yes, there was a sea hag, of course, and oh yeah, you got lots of gold. Yes, you went through a dungeon. Yes, okay. And he seems to be like taking mental notes of it, but ultimately he seems almost checked out for most of the conversation. If you're trying to sneak away, you're doing it at disadvantage.
I don't think my guidance lasted. It's
No,
only
yeah,
like a
it
minute.
didn't. Yeah.
I'll try it.
just say you need to go to the bathroom. Why do you need to sneak out that like suspiciously?
Yeah.
I mean, he's just gonna get up and start looking around at stuff.
That was a.
Oh,
wow.
yeah. So with that, like he's pretty much right in front of you. There's no way you like even with him kind of like putting his hands in his head a little bit. You know, it's just he's like I'm sorry, but it's unfortunate. I know that you have some renown, but I can't just have you wandering the entirety of the care unannounced.
Oh, that's fine. I was merely admiring your decor.
It is.
I have a knack for pretty things, as he like kind of plays with his necklace.
It is the speakers, of course. This is like where he rests his head. But of course, yes, it is all very interesting.
Perhaps you could give us a tour.
I suppose I could. I'm just about finished with my meal. If you're all finished with yours,
I'm quite full.
And he goes, girl, come here. And he like snaps his fingers, and the small little tiefling girl comes over and starts lifting the heavy plates away. There you go.
When the other person, when the little girl is there, I want to try and I'm assuming she also has a necklace.
She does not.
You can try and rip it off her.
She does not. Interesting.
She does not.
Is there anyone else I can see in vicinity, like a guard or something, that does?
There would be, yes.
Can I try and see and just note if there are any differences between the one that that dude is wearing and the one that their other guy is wearing?
Not too terribly much. They look pretty much identical, though the crystalline structure of the crystal inside of it, or whatever it is, does appear to vary bit by bit, but they all are pretty much the same pendant.
It seems merely a mineral difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Probably just.
So, yes, if you would like to follow me, I can show you around the main halls and whatnot. Obviously, this is the main dining area and also the entrance to the care itself. Outside, of course, is the stables. You've been there. It's cold. We don't need to go back there yet. And he kind of brings you up. There are several different rooms.
Use the bathroom first.
Well, there is an outhouse outside.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Indigo is going to go out.
One moment here, and he snaps his fingers, and a guard comes up. Please escort Indigo. Make sure he finds his way to the latrine.
Does the guard have the necklace?
He also has the necklace.
Are all the necklaces like big, like that big, and dangling down in front of them?
Maybe some of them are a bit smaller. They kind of change by size, but yeah, they're all pretty much the same.
When Indigo is alone in the outhouse, I'm going to cast Detect Magic.
That's literally process for process what I was considering doing. And then you said I asked for the bathroom, and I was like, shit, I can't do that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's fine. So you are guided outside. You see your birds being taken care of by the boy. And
Just being a bathroom, so I need to go to the bathroom myself, so I'll be right back.
Right. When you are going into the outhouse, the guard passes you a note.
I take the note.
Yeah. And he stands outside the outhouse,
Close the door. I read the note.
And it says, one moment, because I do have to kind of bring out the map for this so I know where the fuck it is. It says, meet me on the second floor on the room on the northeast of the care.
All right.
And it says, make it snappy.
I fold up the note, put it away, cast Detect Magic, pretend to pee.
You just like take your water skin out, just start emptying it. Yeah. You're casting Detect Magic. What are you specifically trying to look at?
So it lasts for 10 minutes.
Right.
So I'm going to keep it up for a while. And it just says, I sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me. And then if you sense this magic, you can use your action to see a faint aura of it around any visible creature or object in the area.
You do sense magic. Yeah, you do sense magic around you.
All right. I'm going to try to see if I can focus in on it.
While peeing might be a little bit harder to really focus in, but it is pretty much like right outside your door.
All right. I'm going to come out, finish zip up and then come out.
And when you do, it's at that point that you realize that the necklace around the guard's neck is magical.
Does it have a school of magic?
It does not. Not necessarily. There's some effects about it. I wouldn't say it would necessarily fall into any school, particularly.
Good to know, though. But those are magical effects. All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
The necklaces are magical. You have the notes. And you start getting brought back into the main hall, of which Kaldrath has been waiting for you to join with the rest of the people on the tour. And he starts showing you around the bottom floor, and there's he points over there's the kitchen. Over there's the main speaker's office, of course, through a waiting room. He points to the east side of the bottom floor. To the where is that actually? I don't know. Over there's the servants' quarters, though. They, of course, that is where the girl stays, and the boy every once in a while. And of course, the cook as well. upstairs, of course, and he starts pointing out like the difference, like banners and whatnot. There's even a banner. There's banners that depicts like the town's town's heraldry, which of course looks like this.
It's fucking dumb.
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are really artistic.
So the fish indicates our town's reliance on fishing needs, and of course the building itself indicates, of course, the importance of the care and its history to the rest of Icewind Dale. This Caer Dineval and Caer Konig were the first main buildings to be built in Icewind Dale. A lot of the town's structures was built around it much after the
Out of
fact.
curiosity,
I'm going
from
to.
my knowledge of Icewind Dale, there aren't any other or foreign powers nearby. When these fortresses were constructed, what were they intended to protect or keep out? Was it just wildlife, or?
That amount of information might be a little bit out of my purview, though exactly for the reason for the creation is a mystery. The family of Caer Dineval specifically was at one point struck by an orc raiding party. For several weeks, the inside of the entire Caer has been locked down while the orcs maintained their pursuit outside, and the family ended up starving to death. It was taken over and ransacked after that, but it has been reconstructed since then.
Indigo is going to elbow John, point at the
Yes,
heraldry, laugh, and then in giant, while he's laughing, I'm going to repeat the contents of the note.
Please repeat the contents because I was getting
Yeah,
to
he
the
was.
bathroom.
Yeah, it was.
He's just gonna say I was handed a note that said meet me at the what was it, the room in the second floor, make it snappy.
Second floor, north. Never eat sucker waffles. Northwest room. Yeah, I'm sorry. Northwest room of the second floor, as you're kind of like being brought up there. Over there, and
As I pat him on the back. Right. It is funny, but don't choke on that.
and it would have. I do see the amusement of it. Most of the heraldries are usually a little bit more simplistic like that as well. It's merely what it means, less so than the artistic value of it.
I see.
As you guys are taking up the second floor, you do definitely see the balcony that overlooks the entirety of the main hall there. And he points over to the... I'm sorry?
Where are we right now in relation to the northwest room?
You guys would be at the north staircase that brings up to the second level. You can actually kind of see on the west side of the building there is in fact a door that leads somewhere, obviously. But he points... over there is the speaker's room. He points to the east side. The only door on the southeast side of the building is the speaker's room.
Is there a guard in front of it?
There is, in fact, a guard in front of it.
Is the
As
guard
I
in front of
say,
it wearing a necklace?
yes.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
like I said, the speaker. Okay, never mind. I'm just trying to figure out when I'm supposed to speak. All right. go,
Sorry,
Tom.
I just wanted to ask: are all the necklaces that I'm seeing magical?
Yes.
Okay.
Even the one around Kadroth's throat.
What's the
They don't have a school of magic.
There is no. There wouldn't be a school in this case. There is. Like I said, it's best that you let the speaker rest for your stay here. It is. I'm truly sorry if you had anything important to say. You can repeat it to me, and I will pass it along. But for now, I do ask that you maintain your distance from the room. Though past the room, there's another door that leads into what was at one point the Caer's massive library. Of course, it was burned during the orc attack all those years ago.
Yeah, of course.
Have you recovered a library since?
Unfortunately, no, the library has maintained scorched and empty since that moment. Not even useful as a storage room at the moment, I don't believe. Over
How
there...
long ago was this orc attack?
It would have been like 100 years ago. Maybe a couple
last
hundred
Tuesday,
years ago.
actually.
Yeah, last Tuesday.
The legendary orc attack where everyone starved.
We clean up pretty well.
Everything else was fixed but the library. Give me a break, okay?
Yeah, listen, all right. Do you know how long it takes to print a goddamn book? The printing press hasn't been invented yet. It's hard.
People have to manually copy that over. Do you know how many people can even write in this town?
It's great. He points over to the door on the west side. That leads into a corridor that has a door that leads into my room towards the south. And, well, we won't talk about the one that leads to the north at the moment. She's a little bit cranky, so it's probably best you don't meet her.
Of course, of course.
Yes, the speaker's wife, I see.
I assure you, she is not. Helthil Kraharan, a elderly dwarf lady, stays there. She's, well, to put it the most simple I can, she's a rather right bitch about a lot of things.
She sounds like a lot of fun, to be honest.
Well, I assure you, if you go to her room, you'll have no end of scorn your way.
May I, simply for my own amusement?
She is on in years. I don't suppose it would be the best moment to visit her. If you'll follow along with me, I'll go and show you the outer ring of the watchtowers and show you where you'll be staying, specifically the northeast tower.
Does it seem like he's trying to actively, divert our attention from it? Yeah.
Yes. He does not want you to. He does not want you to go there.
I would like. We kind of need to distract him so one of us can get to that room then.
Okay, so hear me out. We run into a bit of an issue here. I am really good at performance and persuasion, but I am also okay at stealth, and I don't know how the rest of you are in stealth. Considering
fucking garbage. I'm wearing scale mail.
I'm good at stealth, but I'm at disadvantage.
Why are you at disadvantage?
Scale mail.
Oh God. So that's what I was pointing out, is that I am most likely to stealth, but I am also the best at covering for others. So I don't know what we want to do about that.
Me and John can probably cover for you fairly well if you want to go for the stealth.
Probably be for the best.
Just guide one of us, and we can probably cover him.
I can subtle spell.
You can subtle spell.
I can subtle spell.
You can.
I haven't used any of my sorcery.
You can subtle spell, bro. You can subtle spell.
Guys, I'm thinking I can subtle spell.
Yeah, subtle spell, guide us.
So I wanna. Who's gonna make the roll? Who's got a better persuasion?
Definitely John.
Performance.
Definitely John.
So persuasion is +3.
So then you make the roll. You help him.
John makes the roll.
Over Discord, you and you are not really
Because I'm looking at him.
I wasn't looking at you though, so I can't read body language if I cannot see your body.
I understand.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna try and dip.
All right.
All right.
That's assuming your guys' performance goes well. So I'm going to spend my 2 points to guide John.
Right.
All right. I'm going to attempt to help John with the performance check to just sort of captivate Kadaroth's attention while we walk towards the outer ring, and just sort of keep him focused on me and John while we walk. And to do that, I'm going to make John's voice extra loud with thaumaturgy, so that he can hear nothing.
Have we short rested?
No.
Yeah, you would have absolutely been able to get a short rest
Over
in.
dinner,
Yeah.
Guess then I get my favorite by the
especially
gods back.
throughout all your travel. Yeah, so you guys can get your short rest in if you wanted to.
So,
because it is still technically the same day.
Just turning Kadaroth's current attention into a cacophony of fucking sales pitches.
Oh boy!
So yes, I mentioned previously about health insurance, but I have also noticed that there are a large number of valuable items here. Now, of course, if another orc attack were to occur, or more probably in this case, a
while
guard
he's
attack,
talking, the fucking game just gets turned up.
and he's progressively louder and louder.
Give me, I'll say that your help action is that. So go ahead and give me I want to say a performance check. If it's a sales pitch, it's a performance check at advantage.
I will also point out my subtle spell is only 1 sorcery point and not 2.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. That's pretty good.
That's pretty good, but it could be better.
Advantage. It's not better, but I do
So
have
that's
guidance,
like
right?
Oh, D4, you're guided.
It's a D4.
Roll.
Just a nutty little thing.
Oh, baby.
Fucking good.
23,
That's a
baby.
That is a 23. Yeah. So it's just like I assure you that I'm not. I assure you. How are you getting louder? I assure you. I don't need. Anyway, Aralia.
It's a fucking THX opening. Just.
Aralia, you wish to sneak away, right?
I am gone. I do not want to be around that.
Yeah, you kind of like you're still making the stealth check against like other guards. So give me that stealth check, but you do have advantage on it.
Like,
It can be better. Can be
Not
better.
terrible.
okay.
That's better.
That is better. That is better. All right. So you're able to like kind of like duck out as like Kadroth is trying to lower the volume on the THX opening. And eventually you do make it to the door on the west side, and you quickly open it and close it as quietly as possible as you step into the hallway. A long hallway. There is a door in this hallway on the to your left and your right. The right going north, the left going south, and you would know that the north door is the one you need to go to.
Then I would go north.
Okay. And you open the door and start sneaking on in it, and there's this elderly lady who I can show you a picture here. Just absolutely decrepit, same pendant around her neck with some bits of fish at her side that she looks like she hasn't touched, and she's missing a leg, and she's just like, about damn time.
I'm so sorry for the wait.
Well, when a spirit said that they were talking to you, I wanted to make sure that you knew. I assume
I'm
the other
sorry.
ones are currently entertaining Kadroth.
And he's going to pretend to be one of the servants.
Entertaining.
That he's like, I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
I've already seen it, dearie. You were the one I was going to see here. I knew that much. There are things that are important to let you know.
I'm listening.
Well, close the door first of all. Come in here. Jeez.
I figured I would have.
Yeah. No. Now pull up a stool too. You don't need to stand during all of this.
I apologize.
Hey, stop slouching over. That's bad for your back.
No, he's fully like posh. Like he is as respectful as he can.
Have some food, dearie. You look like you need to gain some weight.
Yeah, he honestly hands you the plate of
fresh baked
fish.
cookies over there.
Yeah. Here,
It's
I'm
been
not
sitting
going-
out for a while.
I'm not gonna eat it. Here, take this. And he hands you the plate of food. Now listen
He will
carefully.
slowly take bites.
Now
Oh my
listen
god, is this
carefully, 'cause I
SFP's
don't.
wife?
I don't have much time. I'm
so
sure
sorry.
you. Have you already? Soon you and your friends will find your way at Zardorak Sunblight's fortress. And unfortunately, for all of us, you're the only ones that can stop him.
How do I do that?
Well, you kill
Kill
him.
him, dumbass.
First, you kill him. Like,
well,
legitimately, that is her response. You kill him, murder him, make sure he can't bring about the end of destruction. However, there are some
wouldn't
things that
you-
you will need to look out for. Zardorak has already planned the systematic destruction of 10 towns, and he has quite the way of going about it, though the way exactly has not been super clear to me. Something about wings of obsidian, breath of radiant fire. It can't be good, whatever it is he's doing, though it probably has something to do with the forge he has. Deepest in the fortress, there is a forge that is run by a still beating heart of a fire dragon.
Huh.
That's
Or
kinda
red dragon.
hot.
Red dragon specifically. Though I suppose you could probably go there now and take care of it, though I think you would have some trouble. If you go too soon, you and your lot will only find death.
Huh. How long should we wait?
Don't wait.
Until you're
Take active.
approximately level 15 or so.
Yeah, no, it's like no, it's like don't wait. Be proactive about this. What are you being reactionary
Well,
for?
Well, that's not how reactionary is usually used. I'm just suggesting, like, do you think we should long rest before going in, or are you saying wait like a week before going in? I don't understand what you're.
Don't
like, he's,
wait. You seem to misconstrue. Don't wait. Like,
But don't
get
go.
better.
You said don't go that early.
You must test yourself against the dangers of Icewind Dale before you find yourself in Zardarok's horrible fortress. I've seen it. It sucks.
I'm presuming you've seen our fights before.
I haven't seen your sights, but I have foretold that our meeting would be here.
I understand.
Do you?
He does not understand.
I don't even really get it.
I've already seen. I want you to understand. I've seen this conversation already. I'm telling the future. I'm a future seer. There. Now you
Why are you
understand.
getting so upset if you know this is how the conversation's gonna go?
Yeah,
You're
you
not-
ever had a
Checkmate.
conversation?
You're not here.
Sorry.
Have you ever had a conversation with a toddler that you've like definitely had before, and you're like, "Come the fuck on! Like you get this. Come on."
I'm just making sure I have all this stuff down. Right. You will learn how Zardarok plans to destroy everything if you go there. But like, listen, I'm gonna tell you this right now. It's not looking great for you. So like, do what you can to grow stronger, and
I
do
understand.
that. You don't though.
I believe I do, actually. I don't...
Okay, well now you do. But before you didn't, but you kept saying you understood, and it was really annoying. Because I knew you didn't.
I understood that. I understood what you were saying. I was still processing how it meant in relation to me.
Okay.
I understand it now, fully.
Have you been eating the fish at all?
Like small bites as he's like cautious about the food.
Hurry up, eat it more. You're gonna...
I'm sorry.
It's cold out there. You're gonna want the fat.
And he'll just like finish the part that's in his mouth and go, I believe it's best to head back to my group now.
Yes, it's probably for the best. And it is my time. As she starts closing her eyes, and you see her head starts to slump over a little bit.
I fucking killed her. Oh god. I killed Mama Coco. Oh, I'm gonna grab her necklace.
You go to grab her necklace, and she like bursts away. It's like, what are you doing? What are you grabbing?
He's leaving.
That is my... That's... Can you let me die in... Can you let me die in peace?
Take a rest.
You said you were leaving. I thought you were gone.
I didn't think you were gonna really rob my corpse. I'm trying to die right now. Go on, get out of here, Aralia.
Yeah, he's just gonna leave.
Did you ever introduce yourself?
And succeed.
No.
And succeed where many will fail.
That's my history.
Technically, you don't know anything about the necklaces either, because you don't, unless you speak giant.
Nope.
Yeah, technically, yeah.
Yes.
Not even a little bit.
All right, you walk out the door and start going back, and you go back to where the staircase is, pretty much on the balcony, and you see that like, I'm not interested in insurance. Can you?
And he's going to step in and be like, guys, we've been doing this for too long. I really think we should get back to the tour. Like he's been there listening to it the whole time.
Very well, very well.
I drop thaumaturgy slowly, so the game just like gets turned down.
Okay.
Just remember, I'll leave my business card with all over the place. So if you ever change your mind, you can of course contact her.
I've been dropping them like a trail of breadcrumbs everywhere I go.
Yeah, like you look around and there's a couple like stuck in like cracks and doors and like halfway under pots on mantelpieces.
Yeah,
Girl, start cleaning this up.
There's somehow one in like the pocket of the fucking old lady.
They're just there everywhere.
I'm going to write down in my notes, like on a page of paper, the information I've received about the forge, and then I'm gonna hand it to Indigo.
Indigo reads it,
and then I'm gonna hand it to John.
What is the note? I'm sorry.
Read it.
The note is about the forge, the still beating heart of the dragon that we need to level up before going in, basically. And that this lady tells the future and already saw our conversation, and she was very scared.
Indigo folds.
Well, I give it to John.
No, I know, but Indigo just folds up his paper that you handed him.
They're the same paper.
I know, but Indigo's just putting his paper away.
What do you? I give you the note, and then I
Right.
take the note and give
What
it
the
to
fuck,
John.
dude? That's mine,
I wrote it.
dude.
What are you passing
Take
notes?
backsies.
Is there something I can
Would you
read?
like to read that in front of the class?
Yeah.
No,
What is going on here?
I believe someone in my party had dropped something. Is all. It was ingredients for a weird stew that involved
Pot.
some questionable body parts.
Have you ever had whale dong?
No,
it's
I
it's
don't
called-
believe I have.
It's called a dork.
Oh, that's right. Yes. The fact that you know that, and the fact that I also know that, is really just
It's what we refer to as a self-report.
Anyway, back to the tour, and he starts leading you outside where
Yeah.
you see the boys
The
still tending to your
situation
birds and whatnot. Yeah. And of course, each of these guard towers is posted up with guards in order to make sure that this place is secured from any, other attacks that may happen in these trying times. Over there, and he points over to the northeast tower, is where you'll be staying. There's cots set up already for you.
Wonderful.
wonderful. Yes.
Thank you
I am
again.
quite tired, so I believe I will take my leave for today.
I think I shall do the same. It has been an honor to meet you, if not a bit annoying.
It has been wonderful. The tour
Likewise.
was lovely.
I offer a limp fish handshake.
He takes
He's
it.
like that in bed too.
He's trying to match you on it. Like he was at first trying to go with the firm handshake, that shows strength, but then it was like, oh, well, I
Nope,
guess I'll
he's
match
not
you
a
with
strong
the,
man. He's like,
I offer a vice grip handshake.
Right.
I unintentionally lift him off the ground and set him back.
You do a normal handshake because I'm a normal human being.
This handshake is
One
too
that's-
soft. This handshake is too hard. This handshake is
This
just
handshake is
right.
just right.
it feels like you've signed a contract, though.
Yeah, it feels like you agreed to something you didn't want to do. One of them's a limp fish, one of them's a vice grip, and the other one's just slimy.
Well, yes, quite. I have some duties to take care of before I myself totter up to sleep. Please make yourself
now
at home.
he wants to talk about the chamber pot. I walk off to the northeast tower.
Yeah. You guys are let in and walked in. There's 3 other guards here who all, in fact, have the same necklace.
Are they
there's
tieflings?
So pink.
They are not tieflings. They're mostly human. Maybe a dwarf. But there are guards here that are just posted. There are cots set up on the opposite end of the tower down, which is mostly barren for the most part. Maybe a couple places to store some stuff, like locked chests and whatnot. But other than that, do you guys wish to go to bed?
Yeah. We got an early day ahead of us.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'll wait until tomorrow to ask. Once
Okay.
I've gotten my spell slots back.
Right. And you guys do.
In giant, I'm going to ask Indigo, do you think, like in low giant,
Right.
do you think it would be worth keeping guards tonight? Given the obviously suspicious circumstances in which we find ourselves?
Yeah. I think it's worth keeping them around. This is him.
No, I mean like
Like being
us
on guard yourself.
being on guard.
Oh, like keeping watch?
Yeah.
Keeping
Yeah.
watch.
Yes, it's definitely worth keeping watch.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
so I'll say, like, okay, Aralia, do you want? Would you like to stay up and read your diary for a third of the night? Wink, wink.
Wink, wink.
And he's like, I'm actually kind of tired. I don't want to do that.
Okay, well, enjoy reading
I
your
don't
diary
understand.
for the next third of the night. Then good night.
I don't have a diary.
Yeah, wait. If they aren't tieflings, an infernal indigo just says you need to take third watch.
Oh,
As he's like,
yeah, I forgot I spoke that language.
Yeah.
In Infernal, I say after that I spoke this language.
gonna be like, I hate when you speak infernal. It feels
Alright.
appropriating.
You
Need to know all the way.
all right? So you guys are keeping watch. So I want each of you to give me a perception check.
And roll initiative.
I do have expertise in this. I feel like I have to remind my dice.
I ain't gotta remind people. Shit.
Perception.
See? I have to fucking remind my dice.
Yeah, same.
All right, so
I'm reading that,
16. The first watch, while you're just kind of like reading, you've noticed that there, Aralia, that they also are pretty much doing the same thing. They're keeping an eye on you while you sleep. And it was like, at first you didn't think much of it. Maybe it was just the guy that's late sleeper and is just reading. But he every so often you catch the eyes on you, and the rest of
I
you.
just like give him a little wink, like I think he's into me.
He blushes.
She noticed. It noticed me.
It noticed.
They
No.
noticed.
The thing out in the snow. That's not a good analogy. The thing isn't very hot. I've seen the movies. It's kind of gross actually.
It's
Oh,
hard.
Indigo in John, you're throughout your entire watch as well. You kind of get the same type of deal.
Damn.
Eventually, throughout the night, I'd say specifically during John's watch,
Which is the last one?
the last one. The boy comes in that has been tending to your birds throughout the night. And the guards are kind of like giving him.
Is the boy wearing a pendant? The bird's wearing a pendant.
He is not wearing a pendant.
Okay.
Your birds are fucking dead. Sorry.
Yeah, no, he's like, there's some of the guards like kind of stop him at first. It's like, you're not supposed to be in here. You need to move out. It's like, it's referring to our guest birds, sir. And they look over at you and at the boy. It's like, all right, but don't be long. We'll be watching you. And the boy comes over to John. And
If
says,
you're here to bring us bad news, then
Then there's the door.
You are in luck because our violet members are asleep.
The birds are doing fine. They're trying to figure out what they eat. Took a second, but they've been chowing down on some feed I've been giving them.
Good.
Sir, there's something I do want to tell you about your birds. And he kind of like leans into you a little bit and is like, help me.
Oh dear.
Is that a problem with our birds?
Oh, yes, of course. Well, in that case, you simply need to avoid the left side of the talon. And while I'm saying this expertly, I'm writing out something else on a piece of contract paper. On the back of a piece of contract paper.
You're like writing out instructions for how to take the bird. You're quote unquote writing out instructions. Yeah,
exactly. And I'll write down.
Stay in the pot. Lay low.
The pot's not here because of you.
We brought the cauldron back in.
I know.
You fools! I'll write down anyone else.
And he takes the note and he's like, can I borrow your quill for a moment? I think this might actually be the best way to take care of them. I'm not to tell you how to take care of your birds, just I've been doing this for a while.
I'm a new owner myself, so by all means, your expertise can be useful.
Right.
Jesus, you can write? I had no idea.
Yeah,
It's quite impressive.
kind of. We'll run with it. Yeah, I can see what you guys are talking about. We'll run with it. He starts writing down on the paper, and kind of like he's like pointing at it so that way you can see as he's writing. It's just like his handwriting isn't great. Yeah, isn't great.
Idea.
But he writes down, they came in at night and kidnapped all of they kidnapped all the servants, leaving only the cook. The speaker has been locked in his room under watch this entire time. Please help me.
I'll take the pen and just write guards 2 and then like a little arrow towards the guards in our room.
Oh yeah,
Right.
to see whether or not we're supposed to kill them.
Yeah. All the he writes out no. Like I'm saying, it really should be at this ratio. Otherwise, they get to, and he starts writing it down. It's just like all the guards were killed. The ones replaced are cultists.
Guards are threat. Anyone's
Okay, I just like okay. A thumbs up emoji.
Yeah.
And be like, actually, you know what? This scrap of paper is kind of a little bit overused by now. Let me just Let's just write down the full instruction set on a fresh piece of paper, and I write down the full instruction set on how to take care of our birds on a fresh piece of paper. Hand it to him, and be like, "All good."
Is that like
if you have any more questions, we can handle it in the morning.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
sure they'll be fine for
Thank
them.
you, sir.
Did you hand him like a legitimate list on how to take care of the birds, or is that a code?
Yeah,
as he
legitimately.
as he starts walking out, one of the guards stops him and is like, "Hold on a second, boy. Did you take something from him? Something that you weren't supposed to?"
I gave him some instructions for our birds.
And it's like
they're not common creatures. So.
Just give me a moment. This one's been a bit of a miscreant for a while now, and he starts patting down the boy for anything that quote unquote might have been stolen off of you. But he takes that moment to read the paper as well, as you kind of noticed, and he sees it's just instructions.
God, your rates are so high. What the fuck?
Yeah, he reads the actual part of the contract.
Turns it over. It's like insurance.
Don't want to be dealing with these. It's like, okay, you're free to go, but I'm keeping an eye on you. And it's like, I'm so sorry, sir. He has been. He looks over at you, John. It's like, I'm so sorry, sir. It has been known that they might take something they're not supposed to.
We'll be sure to thoroughly inspect our birds before we leave.
All right, and the guard goes
For
back
any
over
stolen-
to quote unquote reading his book.
Yeah.
I have a question. Has it been the same guard all night?
No, they've been taking shifts as well. They gotta sleep as well.
I mean, they are actual guards, regardless of whether or not they would be like evil guards. Guards taking shifts is like that's what guards do. Literally.
Yeah, but like I didn't know if they were human and then they were like doing it the whole time. That would be way more suspicious than if they were just taking
It would be pretty sus.
All right,
like a
then the rest of your watch goes by, and everybody else wakes up, fairly well refreshed, for the most part.
He like slowly takes off his eye mask as he's like,
Indigo dons his armor. Ching, ching,
Guards
ching.
get ready for their watches as well. You know.
Ugh.
Aralia does stretches.
I wish I had message. Fuck.
In giant, Indigo will say to you, "So John, how was your watch?"
And are the guards paying attention to us at all at this point, or are they getting ready for their day too?
They're side-eyeing over.
I guess we can say it in Infernal, yeah.
Yeah, we're all
in
Infernal.
Indigo will say, "How was your watch? Everything all right?"
These guards are all targets. They took over and killed everyone that was here. Roughly a couple weeks ago, probably when the speaker fell, quote unquote, ill.
Is this like an inference, or do you have something to base this on?
Yeah, a little child told me.
This is Infernal, right?
I mean, I suppose an old lady told me, so...
The shit.
Indigo reaches down and grabs his maul.
Also,
one of the guards in this tower says something to the rest of his guys. It's just like, okay, I'm gonna go start getting on the wall after you guys have had that conversation.
One moment. I had an important question.
Is there something I can help you with, sir?
What's your AC?
yeah. He was literally gonna say, he was like, one more question. Have you ever broken your legs before? And then I was going to try to push him off of the push him out the window.
I wanna give me just a moment, because I'm only I set up this map a while ago, so I want you to understand that. But the first thing I want you to know is that I did kind of set this up with forgetting the fact that these guys are guards. So when you see this map, don't get freaked out by it.
They're like 12 dragons.
As soon as we started speaking in Infernal, I was like, that's actually not a good idea.
Considering the other ones were tieflings, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe we should roll. So you have them all in hands, and
he was getting ready.
You're getting ready to beat the shit out of him. So we're gonna go at all these guys. I don't have. Oh yeah, no. I was using the cameraman log in to try to add everybody to initiative, but I don't actually have the rights to do that on that account. So there we go. Initiative being rolled.
Fucking killed it.
Killed it.
Indigo takes the pleas for help from a child very fucking seriously.
As you should.
Yeah.
Aralia
so
doesn't fully care
technically,
about that part.
We'll say that there is a bit of surprise round because they weren't expecting you to suddenly do some shit. So Indigo, you walked up to this guy. You were attacking. What's up?
Can I complain about the initiative order real quick? For some reason, the cultist that rolled an 18 that matched mine is ahead of me, even though my dex modifier is higher than his.
How do you know what his dex modifier is? I didn't
because
realize.
It's right next to the 1d20 plus.
Well,
the dex
I want you to
modifier.
know that the base rules of Dungeons and Dragons, the game master decides who goes first when it's a tie
I'm
between a
just
player and a
saying
monster.
that I disagree with this particular rule in this particular case.
All right, how about this? I'm gonna go add a 0.1 to you. There you go. You have a 0.1 extra
Excellent, thank
initiative.
you. I rolled
There
an
you go.
18.1.
So surprise round, Indigo. We'll start with you since you would have started it.
Try to
then
keep this as
Indigo-
quiet as possible if we can.
That's
What?
super cool. He actually got up because he goes later in the initiative. I
Alright.
can roll for him though.
Great. You, if you want.
I'll fuck it up. I got this. I'm taking his mouse. I'm scooting over to his chair. All right. Let's see. That's me,
Oh,
Mr.
hi,
Harmon.
Indigo. Mr. Harmwinter.
7 years younger and way more feminine. Let's do this. I'm going to mall hit.
I thought you
You're
were
gonna hit with
pushing
the
him out.
maul.
Are there windows?
Oh, that's
There
right.
are
There are
no
the
windows here. There are windows on the
That's true.
second floor, up the
Ah, shit.
I'm
staircase.
lucky.
Then I'm going to mall.
Or, well, I
Tactic.
say windows, like archery points, you know. Turrets is what they're called.
Well, we can
Yeah.
stuff him through that. That's fine.
Roll mall. Or am I doing it? Who's doing it?
I got it.
So, yeah, alright.
That's a 16. That's a 16. You know what that 16 is going to do? It's going to hit.
Ooh, and it's gonna do that amount of damage.
Pretty
How we
garbage.
looking? You dead? You dead? Death's Door, maybe?
He's on death's door, yeah. So you like Indigo picks up his maul and it's just like, can I ask you a question? And then beats him over the face with the goddamn maul, dislocating his fucking jaw. Aralia, we'll do this now.
Cool. I don't think he has a bonus action, so I'm just gonna skip past that.
Well, I think it's mainly the summon his thing.
Well, that's an action, is to summon it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that summons his thing.
Yeah, he doesn't have his
That's
thing.
the action. Yeah. So there's the
Let's not,
action.
let's not
summon his
overcommit
thing.
to a fight with level 1 guards.
Yeah, maybe it's for the best.
What? No, they're
anyway,
not challenge
Josh's
rating
mind-
1/8. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna just firebolt this guy because he looks shifty enough.
This guy? All right. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Firebolt that guy.
Yeah. Hey, he wasn't ready for it.
An 11 won't hit because he like sees that his guy just got fucking reamed. It's like, oh, they're not with the Vistas. They're not with the Vistas. It's like, I know that. The other guy says. It just starts like,
But really?
but
Aralia's
as
just
soon as like he turns over he sees well, give me a history check. Give me a religion check. This is a freebie. Everybody here can as well. If
A
John wants
religion
to.
check.
Yeah.
including me, Mr.
Cool,
Indigo.
I'm proficient, but I have a +0.
Levistus is
21!
Levistus is one of the princes of hell. Specifically, the guy frozen in a block of ice. That guy.
Yes, Satan.
That's
Captain America?
Levistus. He is so these guys, just judging from that immediately, these guys are cultists of Levistus.
No wonder they can speak Infernal.
Yeah, yep. They're also cultists. They just have Infernal as a language. So like when you guys started like, oh, we're just gonna speak in Infernal now. We can use that. It's like, oh shit, hell yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah. So you throw out that bolt of fire, and like he just pulls out a scimitar and like ducks down. It's like, oh Jesus, they have magic. So John, you can also do things if you would so choose.
hold on, we did get a long rest, right?
You would have gotten a long rest, absolutely.
Okay, because this was technically after we woken up. Let me just reset my spells real quick. All right, I am going. Oh man. I really want to get this done ASAP.
Yeah, don't want to spend too much time here, yeah.
ASAP
Yeah.
like Rocky. Gary.
I guess I'll do it. Well,
Me looking at your mom.
no, it's a bonus action. I'll choose afterwards. I'm going. Sorry, these stairs here. Which side is the top and which side is the bottom?
This is the bottom right here. They go up.
Okay, they
like
go
that.
up.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move like here and cast Toll the Dead on the guy that got mauled
All right,
Yeah, you
go ahead
could
and throw that
kill
out
him
there.
right now.
It's possible.
with an alt, right? With alt?
Yeah, with ult he is damaged, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
And then wisdom save, and he has advantage on this save.
He says
It didn't really help, but he did still save. So yeah, Toll of the Dead, you cast that out, inquiring to your corporate paymasters to take this guy's soul. Unfortunately, there appears to be some bounce back, as you even kind of see as you try to pull his soul out, almost like an icy grip grabs it and pushes it back down.
Damn. Fair enough for cultists. Then I will, as a bonus action, cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
Am I
I'll get the
confusing
gavel.
Strawn's
Go ahead and throw it out
patron
by the actually. Strawn's patron is absolutely not Levistus. Strawn's patron isn't a devil, it's more along the lines something from the far realm.
Why do I feel like the icy underneath is familiar?
Because when
Because
the
actual
go
Lucifer in real biblical lore is frozen in ice in hell.
there is also
I've never read the
that. You don't have to. This is pretty common knowledge.
I don't know. I wasn't raised religious.
All right.
Nor
Well,
was I.
I know where the
I'm just
gavel
cultured.
is. I know if you want to draw it there at first, I'll place it down eventually. But let me run through these cultist turns first.
What is
yeah.
the 14th hit?
Oh, does the 14 hits? Yeah, the 14 slaps, bro.
Oh, that 14
My bad.
death.
That'll be hopefully
How-
enough to kill him.
Oh my god.
Okay, so I would let you narrate this death, but there is something that happens that is important to know. So as soon as the gavel comes out, flash into existence with the holy might of, saving lots on car insurance.
Death and taxes.
Death and taxes, slaps him across the face and breaks his jaw completely off this time as he falls down to the ground. His entire body starts freezing over, and eventually even like a solid layer of ice just encapsulates his entire body, and he's frozen stiff dead.
Guys, I get the feeling that the Frostmaiden has nothing to do with the eternal winter.
This guy's dead and frozen.
That's
not
an
right,
interesting inference. I cannot confirm or deny that, but that's an interesting hypothesis.
though. That cultist is straight up fucking point dead. So I'm gonna remove it from initiative.
Oh, you fucking dead, dude!
This cultist over here is going to be like, okay, going to kill the wizard, and runs
Wizard,
up over
sorry.
to Aralia.
Oh, no, sorry, never mind. We're good.
I'm not a wizard. I think
know.
you got the wrong guy.
They don't know that. Does a 9 hit?
Nope. I should have
A 9?
mage armor on my first turn, but I didn't.
Yep. Yeah, so the cultist comes up and slashes down at you. It's like, false prophets will kill you or something. I don't know, man. Listen, I didn't have a speech ready for this. I'm much better about this. Slash! You and manages just you duck out of the way as it almost catches your fancier clothes. Indigo.
That's me. I'm gonna summon Sagarius.
Don't overcommit. There's literally shitters.
It technically lasts for 2
lasts
hours.
2
yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but we don't. Okay, well, I don't have this conversation in combat, so it doesn't matter.
I was told that that's what he wanted to do, so I'm gonna summon Sagarius. All that
Sagarius
stuff.
rips and tears through the spiritual body that is Indigo Harmwinter, spilling out with this spectral goo onto the ground that eventually dissipates into nothing as Sagarius lets out its mighty roar as it is, in fact, a drake.
And then I will bonus action command to attack this guy.
Oh, right. And then right after his turn, Stigarius will have his turn to do that.
Yeah. I gotta open up Stigarius' sheet. Okay.
Just give a old-fashioned bite attack. All the numbers are already set up. He just needs to bite.
Hey!
Nice. Roll damage.
I'm gonna chomp the fuck out of him.
What did you summon him with, by the way?
I'm gonna say...
Not ice.
I was gonna say poison, because I like poison.
Okay, poison it is. Is that something you can summon them with?
I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
it was acid.
He's done
I
it
think it's
before.
acid. Acid.
Then it's that one, yeah.
So it's Stigarius rushes up, gnaws on this guy's leg, and you can even see like as like the acid starts eating away his legs, and just like trying to kick him off, and is in immense pain. He is bloodied.
All right, I'm back.
Well, you had 2 turns since then. So.
Incredible.
You've had a weird voice change. That was nuts.
Look at me.
Good voice acting.
All right, this cultist is gonna run up to Stigarius. Is like, kill dragon, and gonna go ahead and try to scimitar attack Stigarius, and
Nice.
probably whiff it, just whiff, yeah. It bounces right off of Stigarius's hard,
I know who this is.
hard scales of acid, not acid. What acid? Black dragon.
Acid,
I don't
yeah.
know. Fucking yeah.
Yeah.
His scales aren't made of acid though. That's what I was trying to get at. Aralia,
I'm going whip.
you got a nene?
Do you plan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, do you plan on
We
naning?
all thought this at the same time.
Yeet.
Good group we have here. 18 hits.
Stigarius is gonna reaction infuse strike that.
Okay,
that's gonna look
infuse
like
strike
work.
that shit. All right,
3
so that's
extra acid damage.
right. So Aralia, you are about to whip right out at him, and as it happens, Stigarius breathes a breath of acid spray onto your whip, and it just infuses your weapon with this magical acid as blah! You slash across this guy's chest, completely dismantling any semblance of armor he had off of him, as he like gets flashed off to the ground and just like is ripping at the acid that's tearing through his chest, and he starts freezing over as Levistus takes his body. He is
Get
dead.
wrecked, nerd. I'm gonna move.
You can do that if you want, man.
Right there. Just enough to not be directly in combat.
I mean, you weren't in. Okay.
I didn't like it. This is more
John
aesthetically pleasing.
Smith.
I'm gonna run up here, and since these guys are that guy's not wounded anyway. As an action, I'm gonna mace for like the 3rd time.
You also have spiritual weapon up.
You do.
Yes,
So you
well,
have
that's
a
a
bonus action. You can attack again. Yeah.
Normal attack. That's probably not gonna hit.
A 9, unfortunately. You're not as good at using a mace as you are using a spiritual gavel. As you kind of like swing down, and he like uses his scimitar, like using the flat side of it to like bash the mace hit off. You can see you almost dented his scimitar as well with it, and push it off. But that does leave him open to an attack from a gavel.
Spiritual weapon attack.
That
That's
will hit.
that's pretty good.
Roll damage.
That's not max damage this time. 7.
7 damage. He is definitely bloodied. He is on death's door as the gavel goes swinging into his shin, breaking it as he like hobbles over onto the ground, like trying to rebalance himself. Is just screeching in pain from it.
I just turned to Indigo and I'm like, après vous, mon cher.
I don't know what that means.
After you, my
Gesundheit.
dear.
Kind of
I don't speak Elvish.
That one.
Are you gonna infuse strike that?
But you know who gets to go directly after me?
Stigarius.
Gary.
Stigarius actually knows how to roll damage.
Chomp.
Yep.
3 piercing, 2 acid.
2 acid damage. Yeah, so again, like just starts Stigarius like seeing the blood from his broken like shin, just like leaps at this man, biting at his throat. You can see the sizzle and the sound and the smell as just like he's like gargling on his own acidic blood at this point, and he's just like starts freezing over, and that's when Stigarius lets go and backs off as soon as like that ice takes this body.
In Infernal, as he's passing away, what's his name? Indigo will say, you see, we all serve a higher power one way or another, but I picked the better one.
Mine's better.
Yeah.
My god's better than your god.
Indigo is that petty.
All right, now we have killed these 3 gentlemen. I don't know how much noise exactly that made, but we probably don't have much time if we want to save the people who are actually still, like,
Let's
I would
good
actually.
folk.
I would like to buy a moment in order to get mage armor and then use my pearl.
let's go.
Go ahead.
Let's wait one action.
Yeah.
I believe those who are not evil are most likely those without necklaces, which would mean the stable boy and the servant girl, waitress,
Indigo
or whatever.
Indigo rips one of the necklaces off.
You cannot. They're frozen in ice.
I have
Fully
lied. I won't.
encased.
Indigo will not take the time to do that yet.
Yeah, well, after we've killed everyone of note, we can try and pull one off.
Indigo will. The door is the way out, right? Not the stairs.
That door. That is not locked. The stairs go up to the second layer. Of
Before we make our way out, might I suggest that we take a perhaps week-long break? If we start going through the entire combat of this entire fortress now, we're gonna go way over time. We have to stop at a bad spot.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment to make.
Fucking, that means Strawn's gonna ride up with their axe beak, like, oh, I heard that you were speaking to the town speaker of Caer Dinaval.
Yeah,
and then Strawn's just gonna pull up to the fucking thing and then just see a body get thrown off the wall, and it's just like, yep, I'm in the right place.
Yeah, but speaking of that does make this a good time to go ahead and end it for tonight.